Oh, hello there. Come closer out of the dark and sit around my campfire, why not? My name is of no great importance, but the stories I have to tell you are. Witness 4 lost souls journeying together through a grim world of perilous adventure. Be warned, though, these stories are not for the faint-hearted, and once you have heard them, you cannot unheard them. Bear witness to the Vagabond Chronicles. Holy shit.
It was a sorry state of affairs. We joined Santa's wagon train, had some nasty business in the valley. A lot of bombs were thrown as it goes. A lot of orcs we fought, and an ogre. Smarter than your average ogre. Borripper his name was. Rip balls he did. It wasn't all bad mind. Bondo made some new friends. Not for long though. People died. Bombs were thrown. You know how it goes. But at least my lovely lasses were there, waddling, sleek-furred, black as obsidian and with shrill tones. They got us through the night, until the gobbles returned, and they chased us all the way up that blasted valley, all the way into the mouth of the hells, it seems.
Ha 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 ha! Oh, it's the wrong page. Hi! Shit.
Whoa!
Oh, it's
that?
so. Things were going really well. We added some cool shit. We added. Hi, everybody. We added like a recap thing. Like we're spending money on this show, man. We're putting back those. Are we on? Like, is this working?
You tell me.
I don't know, man.
You're in
All right.
charge.
Hi, everybody. If I turn the chat off, my God, Neil, what have you been doing? Hi, everybody. I don't even know if chat's working. Can somebody please tell me if we're live? Because I don't know.
Well, Veronica's just fallen off her chair, apparently.
Okay,
so,
that's good enough.
yeah.
I'll take that as that we're live. Hi, everybody. Hi. So yeah, usual standard. So, oh my God. So, yeah, I guess it's live. All right, so we are live. Sorry about the little mini fuck up, but then it wouldn't be the show unless I did something like that. We're churning back some cash into the show. We're going to have some mics for everybody. We've got some cool ideas from other shit that we're not even ready to tell you about. We're going to up the ante, people. I say
You
that.
haven't told
without-
us about those yet.
I know.
That's
I'm
annoying.
not. The thing is, what I'm doing is I'm doing like a non-commit, like a politician would non-commit. Like, well, of course, we're doing things to move the thing that you're talking about, but I'm not going to say yes or no because I'm a complete bastard. You know, things like that that politicians say all the time. That's where we're at. Hi! Wow, that was long even for me. 3 minutes. Hi, folks. Welcome to the Vagabond Chronicles, sponsored by. We don't have a sponsor. We should be able to do that.
Sponsored by
Totally need one, yeah.
pizza.
Oh,
All
that's
pizza
right.
all the time.
Pizza all day, all pizza all night, all pizza.
Yeah.
I currently have, interestingly enough, no, I don't have a sponsor, a Danger Pizza I'm going to be nibbling on throughout. However, we should address the, I want to say the choking zombie in the room. Couldn't really think of anything interesting there.
The actual true danger of pizza.
The true danger of pizza. As well, it wasn't pizza. It was actually like a rice cake, which is somehow more embarrassing. It was chocolate covered. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anybody
So
was here last
it
week.
nearly killed you.
I nearly died, and I believe off the top of my head, none of you are close enough to come to my rescue within several minutes of like the oxygen leaving my brain. So luckily, I managed to Heimlich the shit out of myself and get out of that moment. But a rice cake, folks. Yeah.
It's kind of sexy, really.
Is it-
You
is it
Heimliching
hot?
yourself.
It was a vegan rice. I'm not vegan, but it was a vegan rice cake.
Was that the closest you've come to death?
No, actually, weirdly, strangely, no, not at all. In fact, I'm not sure it makes the top 10. It probably makes the top 10, but only just. No, and I'm actually not being. I'm being literal there. No,
Car injury,
weirdly,
rice cake.
yeah. There's been a few explosions, some cars, some fallings.
Oh, the cars.
Yeah, some choking stuff. I mean, there's a long list of things of near-death experiences. However, that's in the list. So maybe like Christmas, when I'm trying to do like the
I
best
just had
of.
flashbacks to being in a car with you, Neil, and yeah.
Oh my god, do you remember that? Oh my god,
Oh
that
my
wasn't
God.
that was neither of us
Yeah,
driving,
yeah.
by the way, folks.
No, I know. That was.
Oh my god, I was just talking to somebody about that incident. Yeah, okay, so teenage
We'll say that.
drivers, just don't try and overtake on a dual carriageway, which bleeds into a single lane. Just don't do it, all right? Especially at 80 miles an hour. It's a terrible. Yeah. The more you know. That was a little English fit when resubbing. Thank you. It was like, bring, the more you know. So this is a very long hello. This isn't even the introduction yet. This is amazing for us. Hi. Preamble over. Level 2. So yes, let's introduce our players. Hello to anybody new. I'm not sure if there's anybody new, but hello. This will all make sense somehow, sometime, someplace. So first, we're going to introduce the stars of the show, the players, the player characters who kick ass and occasionally take names only one person can actually read and write. So, I mean, in the game, obviously they're literate in real life. Otherwise, they wouldn't be having the kind of jobs they do, which is extraordinary. But anyway, let's introduce you one by one. Why not? How am I doing, Pete? Pete, go first.
I'm Pete. I'm playing.
Pete, go.
By the way, if you haven't worked this out, the aim of the show is to make one of us or all of us giggle like school children. Pete's
Pete,
now
you talk
broken.
now.
He's now. Anybody had 6 minutes? You win. The 6 minutes is up. So, and there's Jim going 6.5 minutes. I'm still holding strong. I haven't giggled like a school child yet, but there's still time. Pete, why don't you introduce yourself?
I am Pete. I am playing.
Jim's gone.
No,
Jim's totally
I've
gone.
lost.
Okay.
I've got my name.
Oh,
That's
no.
it. I'm stuck on
All
my,
right.
I'm stuck on my
You're
name.
doing great, man. It's brilliant. It's gold. All right,
I'm
go
playing
ahead.
Teddy Wheat Pasture. I'm a halfling. I'm a thief. I'm not in love with Blitzen unlike everyone else.
All right.
That's it. I'm numb.
All right. So we have a halfling thief called Theodore. Do you have a middle name?
Theodore.
Sticky Fingers,
Teddy
right? No.
Wheat Pasture.
Yeah, Sticky Fingers.
Sticky Fingers is
not
his.
my real middle name.
It's his monkia, I believe you call it. It's monkia. His sort of nom de
No, it's a
plume.
moniker.
Moniker.
It's a moniker, not a
I like
monkey.
monkia. I always say monkey. Monkey is better. Yeah, it's your monkia. It's like your monkey name. I think monkey is a far better thing to say. So I'm just going to eat some danger pizza. Oh. Okay. Thanks, man. That was beautiful. All right, so moving on. Let's get.
I promise to do better next time. That was
It's
that
okay.
was terrible.
You know,
My worst one yet.
If I'm going to be honest, I just keep my expectations so incredibly low that anything is good. I literally would accept anything from you. It's because I love you
didn't
all.
get anything. That was the problem.
It's because I love you all. All right, moving on. We have in the next corner Ratigan. Actually, that's not Welsh. Doesn't make any sense. All
I
right,
should just
Ratigan.
say that we should just mention that unfortunately, Stevie, who plays Ziggy, is not with us tonight due to illnesses. Due to illnesses.
He's fine, but due to
he's
illnesses.
fine. He's not. And it's not the dreaded big Coro.
No.
C, as we like to call her.
Is that are we so terrified of this we're not even mentioning its name, the nameless one, and the whole room shudders when we say COVID? Is that what's
Anyway, Steve's not with us.
No, he's
but
been-
hi,
he's been
hello. I'm Tom, and I play Ratigan.
Ratigan?
Dear Ratigan,
Dear
the
Ratigan.
hedge wizard without a clue, with his two ferrets that frankly are going to carry him through the rest of this adventure because they have more of a clue than him.
They really do. They really can read.
They
scrolls.
really do.
Yeah.
We joke, but it's true. So yeah, and hedge wizard. I tend to do magic kind of
Intuitively, right?
semi-accidentally when I sort of sneeze it out, just because I really need to. Glowing birthmark on my arse.
We haven't established which cheek. It frustrates me on a weekly
Never.
basis.
No, I keep on saying it's on both, but no one buys
I
that.
don't buy that. I don't fucking buy that.
And that's all I'm going to say for now because it's time for Bondo. Jim.
Hello. Right.
Hi,
I'm
Bondo.
Jim.
I mean, Jim.
That was a
know.
great intro, by the way. We
Yeah.
loved it.
Thank you
That was,
kindly.
yeah. Oh, by the way, yes, congratulations. That was awesome. I don't know how everybody feels in the chat.
Jim did the first intro.
First ever intro. We thought recapping should be structured because You know us by now, Chaos Crew. We are trying our best. So we thought we'd structure the recap. And yeah, thanks, Jim. That was awesome fullness.
No worries, thank you kindly. Right, I'm Jim. I play a gnome character called Bondo, who, due to a head injury, can't address himself in the first person and doesn't always remember things. So, actually, pretty much me. Anyway, you are.
I like the fact that every time we do this game, you have to open a book and you have a little picture that you've drawn in pencil of each of us. Neil.
Yes, it's like 50
Tom.
First dates. Like real life. It's great. I have to watch a video every morning.
Neil chokes on food. Tom, it's like that's like a crib sheet. Of
Tom does stuff, lives in
Tom
the sea. Yeah, has dog.
Neil joke, Tom laugh.
There you go. That's basically how this works. I've got this. By the way, thank you for sending it to me. I have exactly the same crib sheet now, just to remember who the fuck you all are. Thank you for that, Jim. So Bondo is our resident gnome. He's a engineer, kind of tinker wannabe. Not wannabe. That's unfair. He's aspiring to be.
Has aspirations of grandeur. Yes.
To be a dwarf engineer. One problem being, of course, he was born a gnome, but that's okay. He can hope, he can live, he can dream. Lastly, kind of not leastly, because obviously we just talked about Steve, who plays Ziggy. We have that's all of you, isn't it?
No, you've done
Yes.
this all.
Just Ziggy can't be here tonight. Well,
That
in
was
person,
it.
anyway.
It just felt like I should just say something. I don't know, anything. That's fine. So yes,
Are you going
unfortunately,
to create a character? Just create a character who's just joined us randomly.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
uh,
as well. There's
his
all the
name-
lovely NPCs.
you got a
Right,
shit
we
ton
can
of NPCs that, quite frankly,
Oh, you know who it is?
what?
Vandor.
Oh, Vandor. Yeah, I mean,
Vandor. I keep
Alright,
hearing about
so-
this Vandor.
yeah, I don't want to get your hopes up. Because quite frankly, I've had a lot on my plate and I completely forgot about doing anything with Vandor. It doesn't, like, you'll see that Vandor may be a thing, quite frankly. That's cool. I'm down with it. I'm hip.
If you wanna just
I'm
drop
cool.
Vandor off a cliff, I'm cool with that. 'cause
I'm not
that
going to
dude-
drop Vandor. If Vandor hasn't even been established as a real entity, he's not even a sentient. He or she or they are not even a sentient being right now. Vandor is an
Yeah.
idea. You know, much like a lot of how. And I was gonna go say something about how a lot of the human population have been. I'm not going to do that because that's too presumptuous. So yeah, he, she, or they are an idea. They or she or he will at some point. Wow, this is not working. They will at some point arrive in some manner or form. I'm not gonna. They may be. I don't know. There might be a fly. I haven't dealt with it yet. Okay.
Vandor the fly.
Vandor the fly. Vandor the super fly.
Oh,
does-
it's gonna be
who
Neat
does
and Flies
karate?
and me. Oh, come on.
I mean, it would make sense that he would have a vendetta against the Spider Queen.
Oh,
Veronica.
very good. Okay.
Yeah.
Very
Oh
good.
dear.
That was
Does
good.
he have a brother called Caldor?
Right, moving forward, folks. Pushing ourselves towards the cliff
So
of
dry, Jim.
performance.
That was amazing.
So we that was fucking hell, that was literally the weirdest. I mean, Steve is the linchpin of our group apparently, because that was the weirdest intro I think we've ever done, and that's
We need
saying
his
something.
sanity. Yeah, that's true.
We
Yeah.
need him to establish order.
I know, Matt. Okay. So let's go to community news and talk about and say hi, hello there, hi folks.
Hello to the community.
Hello, community.
Hi there.
Thank you, and thank you.
I just wanted to kick off by just reminding everyone that we have a Twitter that is up and running and posting stuff now, which is at VagabondCron, all one word. And some of you will have also seen that we've decided to re-establish the old Instagram, and so we've got a new one which is at vagabond_chronic.
Just so they're similar now, because otherwise it might get confusing and stuff. I guess.
So yeah, so we're using we're
this
going to
pizza's
use
good.
both.
It's so
So we're going to use those, and we're going to the old one will, we're going to shut down. So if you want to keep following all our fan art and stuff, move over to. Are you really enjoying that pizza, Neil? It sounds like you're
It's
like,
so good. It's so
Have you not
good.
eaten for days? or
That's what he's
something?
rubbing
Just
it on.
like-
so
That's
good.
all I'm
I
saying.
don't think I've actually eaten today, so you know what? No, you carry on. Don't let me interrupt you.
so.
Sure.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna get some more. You carry on, Tom. All right.
Pete, do you want to tell us about some of the community art, the art stuff that's happened this week?
Oh my god, you guys have gone crazy. thanks to the Discord, which we managed to get set up, and I must give my shout outs to Emmy Posies, who has been teaching me and helping me through it, and actually done most of it, to be honest. We now have a place where you guys are just putting stuff regularly, and that Discord is going crazy. It's hilarious. I'm on there most days, chatting or moderating or just laughing at the insanity and the amazing picks we get through.
Yeah,
I
it's
think we
amazing.
had
Thank you so
recently
much.
from Nazzle Dazzle those hilarious Sims versions of our characters, which has just
Yeah. Yeah, they're really good.
great. Obviously, all the stuff that Hidden does for us is just brilliant.
By the way,
comic
now
strip-
that we're talking about Hidden, a little Boydie told me that it might be
Boydie?
Boydie, like a Boyd.
Boydie. It's from
A
New
little
Jersey,
Boyd-
this
a little
bird.
Boyd. A Boyd told me that I'm not going to say the date because that's private, but it may well in fact be their birthday soon.
Oh,
Just saying. I'm not going to tell you
how
when.
soon? Like, should we be singing Happy Birthday
I
now?
kind of think we should, but like
think
super
so.
fast,
Yeah.
folks, because it's 16 minutes.
Okay,
in,
really
we're still,
quickly, yeah.
We still haven't got to the game yet. All right, so for whenever your date is, because that's private.
Neil, I'm going to say,
Yeah.
this is the first time you've ever fretted about how slow we're doing, and we're actually doing not bad. for
I'm not
time.
actually worrying about the timing. I'm worrying about my pizza getting cold.
All right.
Did
Okay.
I say that out
Oh, it's
loud?
all about you.
Did I say that out loud? Sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry. That was supposed to be my in voice. My in.
Yeah. Okay. You ready, guys?
Well,
Uh-oh.
go.
I want to do it now when Neil's mouth is full.
Yeah, this would be even more funny. Happy
sing.
birthday
To
to
you.
you. Happy birthday.
To
to
you, whichever day it
you.
is that we're not going to share because that's private.
Happy
birthday, dear.
Hidden Heroine.
Oh, child pizza.
Happy
God.
birthday to you.
The pizza went down the wrong way.
Oh,
Again?
no.
Danger pizza.
Okay, I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm
A
okay.
regular feature
I'm okay.
of the
Right.
show is Neil choking on
I
a
don't want that
different
to be a regular feature. It's really freaky and weird. I'm okay. I'm fine. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Hidden Heroine. And
Thank you.
also, we got to mention that Hidden Heroine this week did two awesome things. One, she created cocktails for all the characters,
Oh,
Mm, oh.
Which are awesome.
are amazing and very, very tasty.
Mm.
And also, she did a mug design with Ziggy on it, which we love. And you know,
It's amazing. It's actually up here. I put it up. It's so good.
Yeah. So when we're ready, we will eventually, maybe one day, make mugs with Ziggy on because it's so cool.
It is.
Yeah. So thank you, those Hidden Heroine. And then
Sorry, jump in for 1 second, Tom. Dharma
Yeah.
Karma Star, I believe, is also a birthday person this week.
Really?
Oh,
So,
happy birthday!
So have a slice of that singing. There
Have
you
a
go.
slice. Just
Judge.
indulge yourself. It's okay. It's calorific. But just have a slice of that singing.
Treat
Don't worry.
yourself.
It's your birthday.
Such
Happy
a death. We
birthday.
sang it like we were at a funeral. I gotta say, well done.
That's
guys.
insane. What funerals have you been to? You have. Hey, why don't you just have a slice of that cake? I know the person's dead, but doesn't mean you can't have a party. Yeah, the wake's for a week. But hey,
Nibbles.
let's start now, eh? Have a slice of that cake. Who talks at that like at a funeral, Tom?
Oh, and finally,
Beautifully blushed up, yeah.
shout out the awesome new emojis for the Discord that
yeah.
were done
Yes.
by, I can't remember the name. Who did them? I'm terrible.
Tweet Charade, I believe.
It was Shoot
Yes,
Charade,
Sweet
yes.
Charade. Sweet
Nice.
Charade did new emojis, which include the war penguins
We
and
have
the
war
bear-
penguin emojis? Fuck.
We
Yeah.
do. Yeah. If you go into Discord
And
and like,
subtle
start playing
difference.
the custom emojis
Veronica
for us.
and all the main characters, and they're awesome. So thank you very much, Sweet Charade. for
All right.
those.
And there's loads of other Discord ones that I've added in that people have made, and I would shout them all out, including Sad Meals in there, the rabbit, all
Yeah, the
sorts
Sad
of funny
Meals is
little
pretty
things. They're just great stuff. I'm keeping coming, guys, and I'll keep adding them into the Discord. I've learned little bits like that of how to do it. So
Rock
thank you.
and roll.
Anyway,
Shit, folks. I think that's 20. Not even 20 minutes. Wow, we really picked up that
you
pace.
covered a lot of ground while you were eating your pizza.
And
you saying that
joking.
I'm a factor? You saying that I'm like a big factor of why? All right. Okay,
All right.
folks.
I think we're done though.
I
We're
think
ready to
We're kind of done, right? All right.
get
So
into the game.
We've done like a recap of like what happened last time, and also kind of what happened before that as well. So I thought I didn't just very quickly, as we're on the world map, introduce you. And some apologies to people that have heard this before. If anybody's new, just and goes, "What the fuck is all this?" Then it's a very quick update, right? So this is the Warhammer world, Warhammer Fantasy roleplay. Specifically first edition, but it applies to any editions, and also the games and all the other stuff that goes beyond it. This is the world. If you look in the top left over here, you'll see a map that looks very much like our world, with even the fabled sort of Atlantis, which is like the Elven kingdoms. And where the rectangle is focusing on the old world of Bretonnia, Kislev, and a whole bunch of areas around, including the Border Princes, which is south. Border Princes. The Border Princes. I gotta stop drinking vodka now. All right, so the Border Princes, which is where currently our chaps are. Yeah, great. Fuck it. Our heroes. I don't like saying that word when it comes to you lot.
Our adventurers.
The adventurers, yeah, that's sort of general, isn't it? The vagabond gentlemen are currently fleeing, as you heard in the recap. This world resembles very much the Renaissance Reformation period of Europe, circa 15th century and 16th century. They do have steam, they have some basic gunpowder weapons, but magic is also a thing. It's not widespread like D&D. But it exists, and it's quite scary, and people are very fearful of it. And our hedge wizard, for instance, doesn't have a license, which is a big deal because unlicensed,
get in a lot of trouble.
You could get hunted down by witch hunters, which brings us on to chaos. Chaos mutations, all these ogres and orcs, and all these horrible creatures that also coexist in this world. Chaos is a thing, and chaos is not just mutants and like demonologists and cultists and stuff, of which we've met a few so far, but they also come in the form of beastmen and also people that live amongst us in our societies and are trying to undermine the societies through chaos worship and all that kind of crazy jazz. So that's a brief overview of the world. I'm going to jump straight into it unless anybody has any objections. That threw you, didn't it? I thought that might.
Let's
fucking go.
What can we object to there?
All right, so welcome to
Neil.
Yeah.
Quick question: are you gonna kind of cover Ziggy? Are you gonna cover it?
Really?
Well, all right. One of us can, but I don't have his stats or anything.
All right. I haven't got his character sheet again.
No.
I thought we sent you copies of everything.
I can't be bothered to pick up my phone. Okay, fine. I'll play Ziggy. It's fine. I'll play Ziggy. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Zygmunt Halfman, Corporal Zygmunt Halfman, will be played by Neil Newbon.
Newbon.
By the way, just before we start, there are accents in this world. They do kind of resemble accents in our world. However, they are absolutely not the same thing. So the Empire has a German-like accent. So if you hear us doing that, Angela Merkel, who's still an avid listener, and thank you very much, Angela Merkel, for your artwork.
We love you, Angela.
We love you, Angela.
She
love your work, Angela.
It's amazing.
Yeah. She sent us also a Bockwurster through the post, which was I can't tell if it was a threat.
I thought it was quite cheeky about.
I thought it was a bit cheeky, actually, of Angela Merkel. Yes, you're right. It was quite cheeky. Sorry. Apologies to Angela Merkel. So if you hear what sounds like a German accent done by us, which means it'll be terrible, or a Welsh accent, perhaps, for instance, it's not. It's not Welsh. It's not German. It's the accents of this world. No lawyer still, folks.
Interestingly, in this world, all German people have Welsh accents, and all Welsh people have German accents.
What are you doing? Don't confuse me.
No, just no.
Just ignore that.
No.
It's fine.
Move on.
The Empire is a Holy Roman Empire. It
nine.
looks like that. Okay, that's the thing. All right, so back into the action. Bam! We have, let's do a little roll call. Last we saw, as we heard from the recap, the orcs, the ogre, Bull Ripper, tried to destroy the camp.
Just on Bull Ripper, he is an important part of our Discord server, so show him some love, please.
He's a what?
He's a bot on our Discord server who looks after people. He's a very nice man.
You made a murderous, rampaging creature that earned his nickname by ripping the testicles off demi-humans and humans into a bot on Discord.
Yes, it's a simple answer.
It's memorable. It's all good.
Looks like I pick a wrong week to start.
I love that
He's got his own cult. People love him. He doesn't
I like that
make
he
it.
found a new life on Discord. You know,
Can I give you like his raw to like put on? Can you do that on Discord? Like every time somebody like clicks in, they'll hear like that. Can you do that? That
No,
must
I
be a
can't.
thing. That's just
No,
make
I
that a thing. That completely must be a thing. All right. So we're gonna try and make that a thing. Okay. So let's go back to what the fuck I was
Sorry,
talking about.
I'm so.
That's okay. I'm just
tangential,
going to have
so-
this is Noodle. That's Mr. Spidge to his friends. The two ferrets. Sad Neil is still existence. There we are. Sad Neil. Whoop. Long story short, if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, it's just too long to explain. It's too emotional. And we also have Demon Cat now. That's an addition to our table. Demon Cat may be axed. I'm just saying it's not really going down with the fans very well of the show. He's not polling well. He's also got some issues like
It's not great.
it's not
yeah.
great. He's also look. He's sort of like not really with the rest of the cast. Do you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying. So we may lose Demon Cat at some point. Anyway, this was the wagon train that was ambushed and destroyed.
we escaped, didn't we?
You are in the process. of
hoofed it.
escaping. Indeed, you hoofed it. But these two are war penguins. One of which over here. We haven't got names for war penguins, folks.
No, we want names for the war penguins, and we want our loving listeners
We
to
want
name
names.
the war penguins, please.
Get on
Hashtag
it, Discord.
hashtag we want names. Okay, so does that ever work when somebody does
Hashtag name my penguin.
it? Hashtag name that
the
penguin.
penguin.
Name that penguin. Yeah, cool. Okay, so the penguins need names. Penguin 1, which is this penguin, no disparity to Penguin 2. That's not a status thing. That's just the way we're ordering them. Penguin 1 has been wounded. And Penguin 2 is doing pretty well, actually. So, there you go. So these penguins managed to pull the cart. They're enormous, by the way. They're horse size. Again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you should go to the YouTube channel. I think it's Neil Newbon, or / Neil Newbon, or something like that on YouTube. Whatever the thing is. I don't know what it is. But we should go on there and check out the other chapters. These are hours of your life that we can't give you back, and we can't refund you for. But that's okay, because...
We won't need to. You'll love them.
Great sale there.
You'll
Great
love
sale
them.
there.
Yeah, you'll die laughing.
You'll
as-
thank us later.
And you can hear me choking to death almost. There you go. Rice cake is what. Fuck you. Thank you, Nazzle Dazzle. Rice cake is now a name of probably the wounded, dying penguin. Yeah.
Dying? So
Yeah.
took
So
forward.
rice cake is this one. If you're down with that, Jim, it's your penguins. So
Rice cake and pizza, yeah.
not pizza. No, I'm drawing the line at that one. But rice cake is theoretically something that we could honour. Oh, I'm never going to let that one down. All right. So anyway, rice and cake. No, stop. No. All right. So we are dashing our way out of the out of the chaos of the Sinterklaas massacre. Hence why the little campaign was called that. The tutorial. You've been going for 36 hours. These two penguins are sheer exhausted. Sorry, they are sheerly exhausted. They're at sheer exhaustion. They have been pounding through the night. You have been literally like whipping them into a frenzy, continually urging them on, as the sleigh, which is the aptly named cart that you're all on, has been desperately fleeing away from the horde, of which their numbers are almost countless, or at least it looks like that. You've been flying through the night, pursued hotly, always pursued by the spiders and the goblin riders that harry you at every turn. Every hour or so, pretty much around the hour, another raiding party comes out of almost nowhere, sometimes in front of you, sometimes behind, and they try and take you down. So far, you have managed to beat them back, but at some cost. At the moment, Prancer has been terribly wounded and lies holding an arrow in his side. Where's Prancer? This is Prancer, right? Holding an arrow in his side, looking very worse for wear. Dr. Dasher, who so far has been lucky enough not to be injured at all, is now like giving him first aid treatments, trying to keep an eye on. But every now and again, when one of you catches his eye, he gives you a very grave, concerned look over the health of Prancer. And of course, the cart can't stop. You're just barreling through. You've managed to unhitch and throw out the cannon and the mortar to help the penguins sustain their stamina. By the way,
that was sensible of us.
which is very sensible of you. That was also that was collective. I think one of you objected, and everybody just looked at you very quietly, and there was nothing that said for about 5 seconds. And then probably Bondo, who I'm thinking is, everybody looked at, just went, "I'll unhick the mortar," and just threw it overside. So now that you've lost your mortar and cannon, the thing has been moving pretty better. Pretty better.
Yeah, we were out of ammo anyway.
Better.
That kind of
Pretty
makes
better.
sense.
man, it's been a long day. Pretty better. I should probably hang up the microphone now and just say good night. Really, sorry, pretty better. That was terrible. All right, so yeah,
Leave
so
us without a god.
Hello,
well,
good evening, and bollocks.
wouldn't be the first time. Sorry, sorry. So anyway, these things have been coming out of the night at all angles. You occasionally have spiders attack you. Occasionally, it's goblin riders. The only thing that you can all tell is that the numbers appear to be thinning. However, you can't tell if that's a good thing or whether they're just saving back their reserves for maybe one last push. It's nighttime again. It's sort of like, well, it's like dusk. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning or something. The light on the hills is just pressing through. You're still in the valley. I'm going to destroy. This is Tom, isn't it, with Noodle and Mr. Spidge.
Please do.
Have one last great look at Mr. Spidge, and I think it should be Mr. Spidge, not just Spidge. Give him a bit of class. Do you know what I mean? All right, so Noodle and Spidge are dead now, so that's fine. No, Noodle and Spidge are very much alive.
What?
No, it's fine. So you are winding your way through the valley, through rough ground, and again, you've had a moment's reprieve. You managed to fight back the spiders that were attacking you, and you are now have a moment's reprieve, which you know will last maybe only a short time. What are you all going to do, Jim? You are still very much.
Where are we headed to, by the way?
You're just going. Let me show you a map just to bring up to speed. So
yeah, where are we riding?
Whoa, what's that? Whoa, what happened there? Ooh, that was weird. Oh, this thing keeps popping up. Right. There you go. Stop typing.
Can't see it.
It's okay.
What?
It's okay. People keep typing, and I can't tell if anybody's seeing or not. It doesn't matter. Fine. So this is the valley that you're in. It's like this. It used to be wider. It's got a lot. It's got a lot closer now. So this is the main river that goes through it. You currently are here on this side. Down this way is the village that you passed, and also over here is Sinterklaas's burnt, blown up corpse.
We can't be heading back that way, can we?
No, you're heading north. You're going this way. So you're heading north
okay.
towards what is essentially where the Grey Mountains meet the Thingy Mountains. I can't remember the name of them. The Black
We're
Mountains.
heading towards mountains, basically.
You're heading towards the mountain range, like deep into the mountain range. So,
Right.
So
Hey,
yeah.
change these iPad thingies to look at a real map. Is that something we can do?
Oh, yeah, okay. If you want to be fancy.
Let's not. Let's
all right.
not. Worry
No, let's
about
not do
that.
that, man. Because it is very cool. But by the time I get there, like I think all of us would have lost interest. So let's. Oh no, you know what?
Yeah,
All right, okay.
Oh, all right. Let's do this. Sorry, folks. Talk amongst yourselves.
Hey, weren't we going to level up last week? Did we do that?
You are going to
Soon.
level up soon, my little furry friend. Sorry, that was wrong. My furry-footed friend. But first,
So,
I need to
Neil,
sort of show you do. Yeah.
What's going on?
No, I'm just doing the stupid thing that Pete egged me on to do, and now I'm just trapped in
No.
the cycle of like rolling.
Yeah,
over.
yeah, everyone
Jesus.
blames Pete.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for blaming Pete. All right, so you know what? I'm just gonna give up. Yep, I've given up. Oh, I've got a bigger map. I've got a better map. Hang on. Oh, yeah, it's just here. Okay, so folks, if you want to have a look at this big map that's literally surrounding us, at the moment you'll see where Carrick Herne is, Carrick Izor. That's where they currently are. They're heading straight to the mountains, which are the Black Mountains, which bisect into the Grey Mountains. Over here is the Lauren Forest, fable for the elves. Here is the beginning of the Empire Vissenland, and the ruins of Bugman's Brewery. So our chaps are over here, just at the base of this mountain range. At some point, it may get literally into mountains, and then we'll see what happens at that point. But for the moment, the safety of the mountains seems like their only choice. And of course, the longer they get away from the massacre and the horde, the less likely it is that these outriders are going to follow them. However, they haven't given up yet. So let's cut straight into the chase. Ziggy will be played by me, I guess, reluctantly. He's literally just like staring out. He's got a loaded crossbow that he's preloaded, and he's just sort of like not cleaning it, but like tinkering with it. Like, you know how like snipers like just turn a little thing, then they turn another little thing to the point where you think, I know that you know what you're doing, but you're just showing off now. Hello.
Right. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does that land or make
Hello.
sense at all?
But hang on a minute. You've kind of skipped a bit because. So what's going on? We're in a reprieve, right? Like these things.
This is a reprieve, yeah. So these things have backed off. They've attacked you one more time. Prancer this time got injured. Vixen is okay, but she's not doing great. She wasn't great from the actual battle itself. She's sort of like riding shotgun with Jim with a Bondo. Blitzen is sort of is again like with her bow. She's sort of going up and down, trying to help. She occasionally like sort of gives you something to do. She moved the cannon off, but she's generally like all of you are. You're just trapped on this platform, this moving sleigh, trying to work out what you should do. This is Prancer. I should be swapping over actually. So Prancer and Dr. Dasher are over here where the mortar used to be. Prancer is now just like hunkered down there, like leaning against the side. He's got this arrow in his chest. It's not looking good. Dr. Dasher is cursing the movements of the wagon as it bumps and rolls its way through wild territory and wild terrain. And again, looks occasionally catches one of your eyes and gives you this look of it doesn't look good. So that's where you're at, folks. Do you want any more information, or are you all good?
So we need to get safety somehow. We need to get safety.
We
need to get over a bridge and blow that bridge up so they can't follow us.
Or we need to build a bridge and then blow it up.
Bondo likes the way you think.
Sorry,
I'm serious right now. We got to stop these things from attacking us.
Yeah, we've got to get some bloody safety, haven't we, guys? We've just got to keep going right now.
Can we
20
see
more
any-
bombs.
I feel that you can go a bit more London, Pete.
Neil,
Yeah.
Neil, instead of giving us acting notes, can you tell us, is there any
That's my
safety?
motivation.
That's your motivation is to play the fucking game. Sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry, Tom. I got
Neil?
pizza in the brain now. So yeah, go ahead.
Can we see any kind of safe,
Who put this
like
here?
anything ahead of us that
I had a strop,
safety?
sorry.
Yeah, I did have a strop. At the moment, there looks to. Okay, do you want to? It's night. It's not quite night. It's like dawnish, but not quite full dawn. Please make an
I've got
initiative
night
test.
vision of 6 yards. That
Yeah,
should help.
6 yards. Okay, you can definitely tell you in front of you for up to 6 yards there is no hiding place or habitation that you could possibly defend or hunker down in. That you
Right.
know. Anything beyond that, you're going to have to make an initiative roll. So
Okay.
the suspense
I'm
is
gonna do
awesome.
that.
So
I'm
I'm
gonna
going
make
to
an
need some
initiative
pizza while
roll.
we do this. You might want to make this roll last because I'm going to take a bite of pizza. Just saying.
I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna do it really quickly, so you're
No,
caught.
don't do that. No.
Okay.
I'm
All
dipping
right,
the pizza
guys.
into
I'm
the
gonna
dip.
narrate my
I lost the
process
dice.
of rolling the dice.
Mm-hmm.
More than one at a time, just to-
So I've selected the dice.
Okay.
I have to roll.
You do it, yeah.
Under,
No, one at a time. One at a time.
I have to roll under 26
Mm-hmm.
to make past this roll. Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
There's luck.
Roll it.
Plus luck maybe. But I have to pass this roll. Let's see if I can do this. I am rolling
I'm good.
in 3, 2, 1, go.
That was great,
What have
Tom.
I
Thank you.
rolled?
My tummy thanks you. 22. Yes.
I passed.
A natural
Sweet.
without luck as well. A natural success. By the way, luck. These two crazy cats have luck, which is the worst skill for a GM ever. It can add. Sorry, it came out loud. My outside voice again. +1 or +10 to any roll. -1 to -10 to any roll, depending if it's percentile or not, if they wish to. But their luck only holds so many times a day. Critical success. Critical fail. If you don't know what that means, we'll explain it if it happens. But those are those numbers too over there. So huge, cool success. So basically, you sort of do that kind of catalog stance. You know what I mean? Where you get like one leg up on something
Yeah.
and one lunging leg behind. Like
And also one hand over my eyes.
yeah,
You know,
like here's you like doing this. Here's your mighty lunge on the side of the, and this is like you like standing there. And there's a ferret, and there's another.
This is
ferret.
where everyone finally learns what if Ratigan's got anything on underneath that bathrobe.
Okay, everybody on this side, just Ziggy. Okay, just Ziggy sees. Okay, so you see here's Ziggy, who's like keeping a real watch out. He sort of just turns slowly, rotating slowly left and right, and he just turns to his left and just goes "Mein Gott!" like that, and just turns back again. And you
Eyes.
for the love of you, you can't,
Aye, aye.
you don't know what he saw, which way, one way or the other. It's Schrodinger's pants, folks. That's where we're at. It's Schrodinger's
Yeah.
pants. They're either dead, poisoned, or I don't know how that works. But they're Schrodinger's pants. We don't know if they are or are not in existence, alive or dead, or whatever. If pants can be alive. Anyway, so
By pants you mean underwear, right?
so Ziggy knows whether Ziggy will tell is a mystery we'll have to solve together.
Yeah.
So you lunge pretty long. There's a long lunge, and you see up ahead on the terrain. You can't quite make it out, but you think you can see the beginning of what looks like a kind of foresty area that bisects the river like this. You think it's still pretty far away, and but you reckon that there's something that you might be able to hide or at least defend better than just being stuck out in the open. What are you folks going to do? You've got a little bit of time, I guess. So you can't quite see at the moment whether anything's coming after.
So I'm
There's
gonna.
no going around it, is there?
Is Bondo still driving the car?
Bondo's using gnome stamina, and he's pounding back these like open cans of yellow minotaur, which is
Red
like
Zones.
yellow minotaur gives you hooves.
Minotaur, feel the beast.
Yeah, yellow minotaur gives you hooves is the sort of
Let's be
tagline.
honest. Is that just Minotaur wee he's
It's
drinking?
basically minotaur wee, but this okay. You don't know this. You can know this, but your characters don't know this. That the human Dietrich von something, he came up with a way of making money, and he decided to use minotaur piss and sell it as an energizing drink because it does
Yeah.
have energizing properties, but nobody
It's got enough
knows.
testosterone in it to put hair on your head.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
nobody knows that nobody knows that it's actually minotaur's piss, but that nobody knows that, so your characters don't know that. But yeah, Bondo quite fancies these.
Bondo just powers it down mainly for the
Yeah.
bull hormones.
Yeah, so in fact, I'm going to give you +10 to your initiative, because you are wide-eyed and bushy-tailed right now. So
Well,
you're
so
like,
I'm going to shout to him, Bondo, head for the big that big dark thing right ahead of us, which looks like we might be able to defend it.
I'm
aye,
ahead
Captain.
of you, lad.
Hi, captaining the ship. Fucking hell! Head for that iceberg. We might be able to defend it.
Hard to starboard.
Yeah. So actually, if you like, basically, when you get closer, you see that it isn't just like one clump of woods. It's actually sort of more like a bit more like this, and like this, and there's sort of clumps of woods, and these are quite big, by the way. Don't get funny. The scale is kind of like this is like a mile. So this is like about 4-5 miles away ahead of you, and you can just see it through the rays of light. So these are pretty big not woods, but like pretty big clusters of trees and stuff. And you might be able to get off the road at least for a little while. I'm not sure. Okay,
Right.
so being very careful not to choke
I'm
myself.
not convinced that this is going to give us the safety we need from the massive horde of goblin riders that are chasing us.
It's
but-
more about taking a moment's reprieve because Prancer seems to be bleeding out.
All right. Okay. So, Teddy, are you doing anything?
Yeah, and up next, Teddy.
Well, there's not much we can really do. I'm just like, guys, I don't think we should stop it. I think we should bloody keep going. We've got to keep going.
Is there anything we can drop off to lighten the car apart from the dying guy? Because that would be really mean.
Humans are heavy.
Oh, you're
Are
asking
the
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got 2 crossbows still. These 2 repeating crossbows. One
I
of them,
think
no, there's no ammunition for either. That's not to say you can't replenish them. But these are mounted crossbows. They've got like they have mounting and they have like swivel gyroscopes and all that kind of shit. They're heavy, so you could get rid of them if you wanted to.
All right. So I'm going to shout to Teddy. What do you reckon? We should keep hold of these or not?
I can't
Bondo
bloody
thinks
use
they
them.
might come in useful. He's one of them.
Yeah,
Guys,
maybe.
Safety is the most bloody important thing here, right? We've got to get out of here. Drop the weight. Drop them all.
Lose one. Bondo reckons lose one of them.
I agree. Let's lose one.
Okay.
I reckon we lose one.
Okay. Well, you know how to unfashion it because you've done this like twice before with the cannon and the mortar. So you go about which one, the front or the back?
The front, I guess.
Okay.
If we can tip it off without hitting the penguins.
No, you can probably tip it in the same way you did the cannon, which was just over literally over the side.
Okay. So I'll say to Teddy, give me a hand with this. And
Yeah.
you, Ziggy, who is definitely here and playing with the rest of us.
Okay.
Ziggy, give me a hand with this.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Completely forgot. Yeah.
Excellent
Scheiße.
game playing there.
You're welcome, man. It's brilliant. So he He sort of goes, "Yeah, but we have to look out for the horde, yeah." I'm doing my best here, folks. All right, he sort of like he looks at Vixen and sort of does this ridiculous like bow to let her out the way, and she just like as she walks past him, she just like elbows him straight in the neck when he's still bowed.
Whoa!
Not hard, but just enough to say, "Please don't do that."
Just sort of crushed his throat.
Not crushed, more of like punctured a little bit. So anyway, she walks past and gives you a hand, and you manage to boost this thing over the side. And it just clatters on the floor, and so that was ratty clattering. It just clatters the floor and just breaks up and just rolls back this way. Past your impressive lunge, sir. So yeah, you've now lost the forward repeating crossbow. You now have one at the back, but you don't have any real ammunition. There's only one bomb left, and it's in the box, and it's rolling around quite a lot, like like this.
Okay.
And the war penguins are also. Jim, can you make a intelligence test plus 20, please? Because do you have animal care or handling or anything like
Yes,
that?
animal handling.
That's plus 30, please.
Right, okay.
No, that's a critical success.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so folks, critical successes.
Handles those animals better than anyone.
Yeah. So this is a 10 unit. This is a unit. So this is a 2, which on 0105, with regardless of modifiers, and regardless of how difficult it would be to do something, this is an absolute certainty to work. Not only is it a certainty, it's also going to be the stuff of legends are born from the story of the one time when da 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 da. Likewise, 96 to 100 is the worst, biggest, craziest, funniest fuck up you've ever heard in your entire life, and you just keep
Except
laughing.
can I correct that because they are never funny.
They're it's Schadenfreude, right? It's funny for other people observing your calamity.
Yeah,
Got it? So
it's never funny for the person who made the roll.
yeah, so this is a critical success. So Rice Cake, who is still pending on that name, but Rice Cake is looking. You notice that Rice Cake, he or she, they, because we don't know their gender. They are not looking good at all. In fact, if anything, the last 36 hours and the constant harrowment and a couple of extra nicks and scratches and stuff has really taken its toll on the penguin formerly known as Rice Cake. I'm just going to put a little squiggle for like this. This is what it's now known as because it's disassociated itself from our show. The penguin formerly known as Rice Cake. Yeah, this one here is looking bad. I mean, it's going to collapse. In fact, if anything, it's probably going to. It could die of exhaustion, literally. As it's how horses literally can be ridden to death. This thing looks like it's going to just collapse at any point.
You mean
have to
like
stop.
what we did to Leviticus?
Yeah, exactly what you did to Leviticus. What about that? Huh?
Leviticus.
Yeah, I forgot. You know what? The shocking thing is, I forgot all about Leviticus. Is that bad?
Sweet Leviticus.
Yeah, but Steve's not here, so
Maybe this one could be Leviticus 2. Just to honor
yeah,
something.
like Snowball too. Okay, fine. So this
Exactly.
is no, we're not doing that. So yeah,
So that amazing roll that Bondo just made has just told him that the penguin is knackered and close to death. Is there anything that we can do about it?
yeah, he can see that. You also make an observation because these are creatures of chaos. They don't, they've got completely different rules. You don't know those rules. However, you are very, very observant, and what you do see is that there is a self-healing aspect to these creatures. So all these wounds, sort of like they're trying to heal themselves. Like you can see the flesh inside the sinews and the skin trying to bond, but because it's waddling, and these things waddle, by the way, folks, they don't move like horses. They fucking waddle at high speed. It's like high speed waddling. Imagine March the Penguins, like that thing. Imagine that like 50 miles an hour. Right, that's how these things. This is how fast these things are, and they waddle like like this. So because it's waddling like the crackers, crackers being the biscuits, folks. Because it's waddling like that, doesn't make any sense anyway. Do crackers waddle? I guess they don't. A computer game, maybe a character. What the hell am I talking about? What waddle
We
is half
have
a penguin?
no idea, but it's all good.
Yeah. The clappers. The clappers.
not the
Going
clackers.
like the clappers,
Crackers
not
is-
the crackers. Okay.
Something you cut off.
Yeah, the clappers. So running like the clappers. I don't know what the clappers are, by the way. What are the clappers?
It's
Probably
just one
some
of
kind of
those
Victorian slang.
It is Victorian slang, but I don't know what that means. So maybe that we shouldn't say clap. You know what? Just running real fast. How about that?
Let's move along.
Let's move along. All right. So, however, they're running super fucking fast. But each time this thing is moving, waddling, running, it's breaking the wounds open continually. So, speed penguins. Thank you, Clerk Green. All right, speed penguins. Fine.
So how far have we got till we can cover these woods? Are we going to make it?
Yeah, Jim, because your role is so fucking good, I'm going to keep going with how much cool shit you've worked out in your head. You reckon you can get to the second larger woodlands over here, or at least this way. See if there's like a route, because you actually don't know what's behind it. You can go out, so all you can see is this, like that. But you reckon you can probably hit that way and get through those woods, or at least into maybe a canyon, or at least behind the woods or something, before this thing needs to stop. Or at least you'll be out of sight if nothing else comes out of the mountains to attack you. The valley, sorry.
Hey, Ratty, can't you use one of your spells on that penguin rock cake?
Speaking of which, do you have much left? How much magic points have you got? It's you, right?
Me?
Yeah.
I've got.
sorry, I am your god, I should say. Yay, my child.
I've got
Prithee, tell me your magic points, or I'll smite
two
thee.
magic points left.
You got no. This is 5, right? Which is?
Oh,
your
is
health?
it 2 wounds that I've got? And 5.
You did get slapped about, didn't you?
Yeah, you got 2 wounds and 5 magic points. No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
2
Okay.
wounds, 5 magic points.
So I've got 5 magic points, but I do believe I've still got a scroll with a cone of healing on it.
You do. This is correct. Do you want to make an observation? Do you want to make an intelligence test? However,
Yes,
I think you might.
I
want
do.
To,
I don't know
think it
why.
might throw
but
you
I
a bone.
really do.
This is how your brain works. Sometimes it just taps you on the shoulder and goes, "Ratty, we need to talk." You're like, what?
All right, so I got to roll under 33.
Yeah, which is pretty good, but your brain does work independently. 80. Cool. You think that's a fantastic, fabulous idea, and this is completely going to work, and it's a great idea. In fact, there's a little from your brain. Your brain is doing that. Nice one, Ratty. Go on, Ratty. In fact, you know what? I'm going to make your brain talk like my dad. Is that cool? You alright with that, Tom?
Yeah, can you do an impression, please?
Yeah, I can do it. Hello, Ratty. Listen, mate. I think that's a bang-up idea, that is. Yeah,
Fantastic idea.
use the last scroll on that war penguin thingy. Yeah. What were you saying? Sorry? No, okay. Yeah, you go ahead. Nice one, Commander. That's my dad.
Gary Newbon, I'm going to stop you there. I don't
You're a
trust.
commentator.
I don't trust. I'm sorry, Gary, but I have a feeling that it would be a waste, and that if they're self-healing, we just need to stop. We just need to find a place where we can get them to stop still.
So, Tom, you saying you're not trusting my dad?
I've met your dad, and he's a lovely guy.
He's a lovely guy, but you're not trusting him.
And
Well,
your
that's
impression of him is spot on.
He is pretty spot on.
Which is understandable because he's a dad. I just sort of feel that. Sorry, Gary, but I'm gonna just carry on.
This is now canon. Your brain you sometimes refer to as Gary because in the hedge that you used to live in the village, you didn't have any friends, so you used to talk to your brain, and you gave it the name Gary.
But
Should I tell my dad? I want to tell my dad.
Breathe the brain. Yeah.
Dad, you've made it into my Warhammer stream.
What? What was that? You streaming? Oh, okay. What's that for then? Oh, you're an actor? Oh, are you? Voice acting? Oh, well done.
Neil, this is not a therapy session.
Oh, that's right. So I've just seen the note above my computer that you made me write after the first one. This is not my therapy session. That's a quote by Pete.
I also just want to point out that people on the Discord are posting memes about Gary the Snail from SpongeBob.
Yeah, there you go. Just to make it more complicated, it sounds like both.
Dad, guess what? Not only were you on my show, I started calling you Gary the Snail.
Reference, pop culture reference. If you don't get that, Dad, we can spend some quality time watching it. No? Okay. Cool. I'm joking, man. I love my dad. He's great. So, okay. So your brain, Gary's told you something. You're not really down with it. So
I'm not
what do you do
feeling it
instead,
because
Tom?
I feel that it would be a waste, probably. We
What are you
just
gonna do,
need.
Tim?
I'm just going to shout. We just need to get these penguins pulled over and nice and stowed away somewhere safe. I've also got animal care, by the way, so I
Oh,
could
have you?
maybe.
You
tell
can.
that.
Well, you
Yeah.
don't need to because it was such an amazing, role that you sort of know, kind of, you can see what he can see. If that makes sense, you can explain it very easily. So you
All
kind of
right.
get the gist of it if you need. If you need
Okay.
to, Jim Bondo can
All right.
explain that.
Beautiful, beautiful. How far have we got? Are we going to make it to the woods before these penguins?
Yeah, Jim, you reckon there's a couple of miles left, so it's a while, but you're getting there. Do you know what I mean?
I'm thinking ease off slightly on the penguins, not fully, you know, not
Why are you
pedal
bloody
to the
slowing
metal.
down? Keep going.
Okay, so you do that.
No reckons the penguins aren't doing so well.
Oh, stuff the penguins. Keep going. Push them.
Why
Whoa.
would you want to stuff a penguin?
Oh no,
The halfling.
By
the
the
little
way,
guys are going to fight again.
penguins is a made-up term by Ziggy. Like, it's a nonsensical term that he came off the top of his head. The fact that in the multiverse it happens to be in a parallel world, which is ours, the word that we use for penguins is pure coincidence. Did I need to say that? I feel like that was wasted time.
We're all wiser for it.
Okay, so wow, don't ever do that. Bit
Here's a really anal piece of canon for you guys.
Oh, not you as well.
Explain how people know the concepts of things that they shouldn't know the concepts
That
of.
was like a
as well.
Games Master Jobsworth moment. Like, actually, I think you'll find that in my realm of worlds that I created, these things are not called penguins. However, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I apologize to everybody, including Gary, for that. Okay, so cool. That's what's happening.
Gary the
with
snail,
you two.
Gary your dad, or Gary the brain?
I don't know. Make up
That
your
was
mind.
exactly where I was going with that. Thank you, Pete.
So Bondo, you decide to slack off a little bit, much to the chagrin and also the complaint of the halfling behind you.
Yeah, feel free to ignore me. Don't worry.
Sort of Blitzen catches.
Ziggy meanwhile thinks it's a fantastic. Yeah, it's fantastic idea to slow down. I want to find some things. Yeah, Blitzen.
Wait, are we role playing Ziggy by committee? Is that what
Yes.
we're doing?
Yes, I decided I wanted to do a bit of Ziggy.
All right, I will allow that.
I will happily fight someone in front of you if you check me out.
Okay, so
Big wing.
Tom and anybody else that cares, you can now play Ziggy together. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, cool. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to make a stack of shit over here. I'm just going to stack
Which is
things.
even worse than everyone else's. But it's not German, it's Welsh.
Okay, so moving back in.
Oh, Jesus, no.
Okay, so moving back into this, folks. We've had it's Jim's go. We've had I guess, and that's pretty much most you can do. As you all sort of make this kind of decision, or at least go with the decision that you're slowing down and aiming for these words. Again, you hear this terrible sound of the goblin horns sort of coming from around the valley sides. It isn't quite light yet, although you have pretty excellent vision. And Blitzen points out, there and there! They do seem to come out at great pace, almost seemingly out of nowhere, like they've been lying in wait for you. Or at least they've been sneaking around the sides of the valley to then come closer when they can, when they run out of cover. So yeah, you do hear this sort of like crap bugle. I mean, it's pretty bad actually.
Crap.
Yeah, it's like pretty
Nice.
pretty awful.
Well, it's made from it, or
Huh? I don't know.
it's
not
made
like
from crap.
no, it's not. Well, maybe. It's like it's just
I'd say
basically.
that's very
First call sounded as a
counterintuitive.
warning for personnel.
Sorry.
Was followed by
Oh
a
really? I was trying to find bugle calls and all I could get was somebody explaining bugle calls. That sucked.
Hang on, I've got one.
Oh,
2
thank God!
seconds.
You actually are an SFX person, aren't you?
Jim, you are our amazing SFX sound effect.
Do we have the penguins on standby? Have you preloaded the penguins?
No, they're not preloaded. Hang on, 2
Alright.
seconds.
Get some bugle. Oh, you know what? While he's doing that, let's get back to the action. There you. Thank you. Amazing. So that was a terrible one. We
It's
should really
almost like
arrest that.
we're there right now.
That's actually a
petrified.
Viking war horn. There you go. Now you know.
Okay, I really regret trying to get bugles like this short notice. Thank you, Jim, for doing that. I should have pre-warned you about the bugles. I feel I let the side down. Anyway, so the bugles aside, these goblin riders are coming out of nowhere. There's about 6 of them. So wolves and the riders are on top of them, which are all goblins. And they're mostly behind you, you've noticed. There's only 2 of them sort of coming ahead of you and coming back. They're about 2 rounds away, and you sort of know the strategy. So all of you are going to get +10 to your weapon skill. because you sort of know that they have very basic tactics. It's not particularly interesting. It's not very complex, but it's pretty effective. But because you're anticipating it, all of you can get +10 to your weapon skill or ballistic skill rolls. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So they're 2 rounds away pretty much, the intercept time. The wolves are flying flat out. Let's assume that no matter what ammo you had on yourself last time, that you've sort of got enough. However, actually, how much ammo do you have all on you? Actually, it's a very good point. I don't usually care about ammo, but this is probably one of those times I should.
I mean, I don't have any ranged weaponry. What does Ziggy's got? Lots of ranged weaponry, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got 2 crossbows, and I'm going to say he's got a few
but
bolts left.
All right. So he's going to let rip.
Okay.
I'm guessing he should. He goes first, doesn't he? Anyway.
No, I go first. with my
Yeah, the halfling.
All right,
halfling
all right.
goes first.
All right,
He's
Pete.
a
You
fast
go.
halfling.
All right, geezer. Go on then.
Yeah.
You take a shot.
You're not playing.
More
You're
than
not
one
playing
more
Teddy as well.
god.
That's just greedy. Okay. You're not playing him as well.
All right. So the one that's at the front left, this guy here.
Oh, I found his character sheet, by the way.
Ah, well done.
That's cool.
I'll take
Alright.
it.
Oh.
A shot. Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay, cool.
For 7 points of damage.
Okay, would you? Oh, 9. Okay, that's cool.
No, I didn't. That just rolled again. It was 35. I rolled.
35. Okay,
Please.
so can you roll a 1d6? And 1 to 3 it hits the rider. 4 to 6 it hits the wolf.
It hits the wolf.
Right.
All right, cool.
No,
So what
1
was...
to 3 is the rider, wasn't it?
Oh, I
Oh
beg
yeah,
your
1 to 3 is the
pardon.
rider. Yeah. So
It hits the rider.
nice comeback.
Thanks, Tom.
there.
I appreciate the singing.
Yeah, that's cool. So okay, you hit the rider. So that's how much points of damage is it? 7.
7 to the gobbo.
7 to the gobbo. That is going to definitely fuck him up a little bit and probably knock him out of his saddle, which he doesn't hold on spectacularly. Oh, 59, okay. So yeah, he loses his grip and actually is ripped off the back of his wolf. And just goes down with an arrow like in his shoulder. The wolf stops and skids to a hole, almost like falls over itself, turns back, starts sniffing the air that you can see. Although it's traveling, you're traveling pretty fast. So it's doing this at the moment because it's kind of stopped, and it smells the gobbo, starts growling towards the gobbo, who's now backing away, and then just leaps on top of the gobbo and starts attacking it. And
Yay!
trying to eat it. Well, you
That
know, wolves are cool, beautiful animals, but if you're
That
going to
wolf
ride them,
decided to take control of his fate.
Yeah,
he
man.
was just like, I'm fed up of being ridden by an angry little small green dude.
why don't we explore
He's got
that?
a stone in his head.
Do you want to explore that, Tom? Should I spend a minute and roleplay the wolf? His
Can I play?
backstory?
I'm so fed up. I can't do it. I can't be bothered.
I can't be bothered to do a wolf
Can't be
accent,
fucked.
did you just say?
We play it as Gary.
What is a wolf accent?
It's Gary. Okay, in your head,
Arr,
because all
I'm a
people in
wolf.
your head are like the sound of Gary. Oh,
See,
I can't.
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
Oh, I've been ridden all day. Oh, I just. Can you do it? No. All right. I'm gonna eat you. That's what you're.
I'm gonna eat you now.
I'm just gonna eat you. All right. All right,
You've
mate.
fallen
these
off
rat-
me. You've
These
fallen off.
ratty
That
dream
was a big
sequences are
mistake.
weird.
One at a time, folks. So,
Sorry.
no, that's all. Let's move forward. So the wolf is gone. So you're one rider down. Blitzen sort of gives a ha like that as a kind of like a war cheer, I guess. And she sort of starts aiming towards this one. She's actually sort of hanging over, halfway over the side of the sleigh,
Oh, Blitzen.
and is now aiming. Ziggy is now distracted and is now staring at Blitzen over the side of the sleigh, but he's trying not to stare. Like, his crossbow is one way, his head is now like a 45-degree angle towards where Blitzen is, but he's like periphery visioning her, which is just sad.
Oh, he's
Really
just what?
sad.
Just
Ogling
checking
her
out.
bum.
Yeah, well, maybe just admiring the precision of the
Just
shot.
admiring her.
He's just admiring her generally. Okay, so Ziggy
Yeah.
is now out of action for this round because I'm still trying to find the character sheets. Meanwhile, Vixen has got a spear out. She has no weapon, so she's literally just guarding. There is, of course, 2 shields that are fixed here, this bit here, and here where Blitzen is. Sorry, boys. But Blitzen and Vixen are behind the shields here, which offer some protection. They're about 4 feet high. You have no cover to the wagon, but these things sort of prop out at various places. There's also another one here, like a shield thing, which I don't know if you remember this from last time. I did describe it. And there's also like a tiny bit of like shielding around the driver. Not much, and it's only up to the waist. but it just
Oh,
prevents
damn.
people from like slashing their feet or cutting the bridling too easily, basically. So that's that. Okay, so next up, Dr. Dasher is calls out and goes, I can't remember how to do Dasher's voice. He's pretty much, what was Dasher's voice? Was he posh or
I don't
something?
remember.
I think we've established one, haven't we?
We haven't, have we? Yeah, and let's
No.
make him slightly like posh old worlder. All right. He goes, hey gnome, where are you taking us to? We need to stop. I don't know what this voice is, but I'm enjoying it immensely. Hey! He's like Icelandic or something. Hey, kind of Dutch.
30% posher, but yeah.
He's kind of
Hey,
Dutch.
guy.
Hey guys,
There's no
hey,
pleasing you.
where are you going to? You know, with this crazy sleigh. Sorry, apologies to the whole of
That's good,
Holland.
I like that.
Apologies.
I
Okay,
like it.
so that's Dr. Dasher. Hey, you gnome guy. He's like little Icelandic, little Dutch, because this is not that world. This is the old world.
Christopher Walken is
Christopher
that
What's
Walken.
he, what,
Hey,
what's he doing?
maybe Dr. Dasher talks
Oh,
like
no,
this.
no,
No, too much.
no.
Okay.
It was
No,
better.
no, leave Mr. Walken
Okay,
alone.
we're going to go with the Dutch dude. All right, so he's from Marienburg. Marienburg is the equivalent of Holland, but it's a tiny, like, it's a massive city, but it's basically like the whole of Holland. So he's a Marienburger. There you go. For those people really giving a shit about Warhammer. Okay, so he's like shouting out to you, gnome. What are you doing? And I need to go and get a very quick bit of water, so take your time.
There's not much Bond I can do apart from ride, is there?
Well, I mean, I'm already slowing everything down because I don't think the Penguins are really going to take much more of
We
this.
totally skipped. Neil is in classic Neil style. Has totally skipped Ziggy's turn. So
No, he said
Yeah, but
Ziggy's turn.
Ziggy's checking out
Hi.
Dancer or
Yeah.
somebody's bum, so you know
Exactly.
he's
He's
totally out of
nice.
action. He's just he's seen
How did that happen?
quality
Did
half elf bum.
fail a willpower test.
Yeah. He failed a willpower test,
Really?
sure. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, totally failed
Yeah,
it, so
whatever.
whatever. All right, so what are you going to do, sir? What's the response? I wasn't here, I was getting some water.
I'm as I was saying, I'm still slowing the cart down because the Penguins are not going to take much more of this. They
Yeah, and the wolves are
yeah, as you say,
definitely...
they're self-healing, but they need a chance.
Yeah, they're definitely coming in hot as well, these wolves. Okay, because it was a critical success, I'm going to sustain your awareness of the penguins, because it was just that was so
Neil?
good. Yes, sir.
Is it just the 4 that are behind us?
That you can see so far. It was the 5 of them.
No, there's one. Yes. Yeah,
Oh, there's
one
that one
sort
to
of-
the right.
Yeah, there's
right.
one sort of like
That one's
banana
pretty
around here. The other one is gone,
Okay.
but there's 5, which is still outnumbering you, like, pretty much.
Yeah. All right. Don't rub it in.
I'm not just pointing out the tactical situation. I'm being Ziggy. Ziggy calls out for no reason. Yeah, and he's actually still staring brazenly at Blitz and going, yeah, the tactical situation is fucked. And he just goes,
Hold on, there's,
yeah.
eight,
You're
there's,
making
eight, there's 8
everyone
of us and 5
Swedish.
of them.
Now.
There's a wolf rider and
Well,
a
I'm
goblin.
gonna shout at him.
Okay.
I'm going to shout at him. Well, it'd be great if you could maybe, use your combat turn to shoot at someone. Then you bugger.
Yes. Oh yeah, yeah. I was just surveying the, and he turns around, surveying the battle. Shite.
Eyes
so-
on the prize,
So you
Ziggy.
can
Eyes
you,
on the
you
prize.
have his character sheet now in the WhatsApp group, so you can shoot for Shooting with Ziggy. It's a new new game show where we take contestants and place apples on their least favorite relatives' heads, and they win prizes. So you can now shoot with Ziggy if you wish.
I do wish because we're outnumbered and he's like one of our guys.
I should have knocked him out. I should have B.A. Baracused him or something. Like knocked him out as me, one of those ones.
I'm trying to zoom in. on
Drinks
No.
milk and he's out for the count.
That's not
Because
fair.
he doesn't like coaches.
His ballistic skill is 30.
30.
Yep, it's pretty
It's
shit.
30.
Yeah, well, he's like
all
a
right.
sword dude, isn't he?
Yeah, but we're still going to do it.
Okay.
Let's do-
Yeah, you gave us plus 10, remember?
Plus 10, yeah, I gave you plus 10, so
Situation.
it's 40. It's true.
All right, so I'll roll for Ziggy.
Do it.
Taking a shot at... Where is Ziggy in the cart? Sorry. Is
Ziggy's
he...
on the front left here.
This guy. So he's going to shoot at this guy that's banana-ing in from the front.
Have a banana.
Yeah, this guy.
Actually, the goblin does have a fantastic singing voice, and he is singing something along the lines of "Have a banana, oh my pretty little ladies, In fact, it's weird. It's like eerily good to the point where you're slightly distracted. I'm gonna give you a -5 to your ballistic skill test because the singing is so good. So you only get +5 as a bonus. Because the singing is like, well, tell my mother I'll be coming through the plains. And you're like, wow,
Yeah, you
that
gotta
guy can
keep
sing.
singing while I do the roll. Just
Oh,
to
I'm going to
keep
keep singing, yeah, fuck
It's
it.
got a rich
All right.
baritone.
I'll tell her I'll be coming. 96 is a critical fail.
Oh,
Because the singing is that good, folks.
We can try this.
Yeah. Oh, she'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. That's right. And then he goes, my God! And then he just goes boomf and fires the crossbow, which lodges itself and literally rips the crossbow from his hand and clatters pretty much the same way that the repeating crossbow went. And you hear this 9 like that as this goblin is now streaming down and is aiming actually for the war penguins. It's sort of like lining up the shot, but it's still singing goblin. The singing.
so
goblin.
he's still got his wrist crossbow, yeah.
He does, yeah, which was the thing that I had to fudge
Okay,
because
he's
I
just
realised
lost
he
his
doesn't have
hand
two.
crossbow.
He dropped his hand crossbow, but he still has a wrist crossbow, which does slightly less.
Steve's gonna be so pissed at me, but never mind.
Dude, you lost his crossbow.
It was
Let's
just.
get more crossbows. Come on, boys and girls.
It's not like it was a crossbow that he called, like Christine and kissed before he shot anything with it.
I'm pretty sure he did. Pretty sure that was a thing for Steve, like
Oh,
real
no.
Steve in real life.
Yeah,
Pretty- So I'm just looking up songs I can sing while you carry on working out what you're going to do. Okay, who's next? Whoa, that's not a song we need to go. No, that's not good.
Steve,
yeah.
yeah. Neil is actually just going to karaoke this.
Fly me to the moon. There you go.
Yeah,
that's
Let me
good.
play among the stars.
So I'm going to give you till the end of me singing this song to work out what you're going to do. You have one song to work out what the tactics
All
are
right.
for all
Is
5
it
of these.
Ratty's
Going to
go?
do. It is right. Yeah.
All right, so Ratty is pointing at this goblin here, the one that's coming in,
Yeah.
sort of holds out his hand. Spidge delivers a small pack of Innkeeper butter into his hand.
Is that the brand? Innkeeper butter. That's
He
brilliant.
stole it from an inn.
No, but
yeah,
I like
and
the fact that it's actually
man.
the innkeeper is the brand.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
this, the innkeeper.
Innkeeper's
And
finest.
picture of
Yeah.
a big mustachioed, rather portly gentleman who's a classic innkeeper.
Hidden
Oh, yeah,
heroine. We're
sorry.
going to need that as artwork.
No.
Sorry.
She's done loads.
That was a joke.
no.
That was a joke.
That was a joke. No.
Um,
And look, I've done my own one. It's brilliant. Look at that. That's that looks like a demon. Why do all my pictures look like demons? That's not like
This looks like a small child with a massive hairdo.
with a massive hairdo. Look at that.
Which way round is this? Because I'm sure which way round I'm supposed to look at this.
I don't know. So,
It's a huge garnet butter package.
all right.
Is,
So
it,
you,
is it Sad Neil orientation or other orientation?
which one? This one? No. It's
one you just
definitely
drawn,
sad
yeah.
Neil orientation.
Okay,
Bottom
I
to
need to
top.
spin my
Okay.
camera then.
Spin it around, dude. You have a good. Just
Okay,
tell me what it is.
that makes more sense.
What does it look the other way around? That looks like a couple of grenades. That's what that is. Oh my god, are we doing like a Rorschach test? We're doing a Rorschach test. This is revealing in ways I don't want to talk about.
I get the angry baby, and that makes sense. Yes.
Angry baby. Love
Okay.
it.
So we're doing an impromptu psychoanalysis of the GM, which is not a good idea. So okay, let's move back to the game.
Still not your therapy, Neil.
Yes, it's not my therapy. I'm looking at the sticker right now. Thank you, Pete. Okay, so Ratty, do your thing, sir. Is it a willpower test or a dex test or something?
for the
Goblin, right?
yeah.
All right,
It's
so the goblin
dexterity,
has to
yeah.
make a dexterity test against their dexterity to work out if it can hold on to the wolf. I'm assuming, right?
I'm casting Butterfingers.
All right, so it's an automatic cast for
Butterfingers.
you, and it's a roll for me. So it's some gobbos.
Oh.
They got pretty shit dexterity.
Fall off that wolf, you bastard!
Yeah, nice. So fall off that wolf, you bastard. Great. So you go fall off that wolf, you bastard, and you cast your spell, and the gobbo just like leans into the curve, and actually as you hit it, like the wolf is now like turning bananaing around like this, and it's leaning into the curve, and that's when you fire the spell, and the goblin just goes and just falls off and rolls. These things are moving at like, I don't know, movement 9 or something crazy like that, which is super crazy fast. So this thing is definitely knocked unconscious, or at least it's not moving. The goblin hits the deck, rolls, and just comes to a complete stop. The wolf is going to make an intelligence test, which again isn't going to be too good. Oh, fucking hell, really? No, actually, that's still going to fail, but that was pretty close. The wolf sort of like loses its stride and doesn't fall over or anything, and just sort of like starts like it's still running, but it's now running off this direction. Like it's kind of completely uncontrolled. Yeah, it's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just running free. Like, I just like,
Born free.
Cool. So that's your go, sir. So have you taken off your magic points?
I have done, yeah.
How much does that cost you, actually?
Three magic points.
Oh, that's a pretty big spell for you.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
3,
is
so
pretty
it's down to 2.
expensive.
It's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
All right, so that's that, sir. That's your go. Next up on the initiative order, which we have down here, is Bondo.
Oh, lovely. Right. Well, I'm still kind of just riding and slowly reining in the penguins, really.
You can see to your immediate left that there is this goblin who's now singing, "Fly me to the moon, let me play amongst the stars," and he just throws he's throwing it back, getting ready to throw a spear at you. "Let me see what spring is like on more slab and man slam." In other words, his singing voice is so beautiful and melodic, you almost can't believe that it's a goblin doing it. "Hold my hand," and he just sort of like looks around like he's talking to a crowd and goes, "Hey,
just
try the veal.
Try the veal." Okay, so this singing goblin is now doing like, is it there? But he's now getting ready to chuck the spear in your direction. Actually, sort of like sort of leaning to one side, looking back at you. Was ist das, meine Schatzi?
What is that? My favourite?
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
What can you do, man?
Can I swerve the penguin slightly towards
can
him and
swerve
try and
it.
just basically run him over?
Yeah, you can swerve it. You can try and make a dex check, and you can try and do that if you want. And let me just make you. You got plus 20 for drive cart, right?
Yeah.
Goblin's god talent. That's brilliant. All right, so you got 20 plus your dex. You've got a wounded penguin with you, so I can't believe that's even a phrase I should come out with. A wounded penguin. You got a wounded penguin, so let's give you just plus 10 to that roll, okay? Because it's going to be harder to command. In fact, let's make a leadership test plus 20, plus 10. Sorry, plus 10.
Oh, I like my leadership test.
Yeah, leadership plus 10 because you're trying to literally force the penguins into doing something. And one of them is super wounded, so this is going to be like you're going to have to force them, like commanding them. You know what I mean?
Leadership plus 10 with luck, I pass.
74, really? Well, that's pretty.
And my leadership's like 60.
Yeah, oh, wow, okay, that's pretty awesome. Your luck is the first one you've used today, so that holds. That is your luck that holds, sir. That's good. Okay, so obviously it's going to hold. It's the first one you used today. All right, so you make the roll. You manage to turn the goblins. How are you going to do this? Turn the penguins. You trying to move it to the left or the right or what?
Move to the left. I basically want to try and get the
can
goblin
trample
or the wolf under the cart.
Okay, cool. So you have the stats for the war penguins, I believe, right?
I do if I had my character sheets with me.
Why don't you have your character sheet with you, Jim?
I'm in a hotel on the other side of the bloody country.
Were you in?
Right,
Are you in the
really.
same country you started in, Jim?
I am, yes.
Did
I
you
am.
leave your house before you went to said hotel, Jim?
Yes. I got the headset, I got my mouse, I got the laptop, I got chargers, I got everything apart from the character sheets. Give me 2 seconds, I have a digital copy of them somewhere.
Okay.
When the chat
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy you some time, sir. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You and I long for all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I'm gonna spike you.
Baby, kiss me.
Oh no.
There you are.
No.
Is that enough time to buy you? Because I'm really out
I'm
of lyrics.
working on it, I'm still scrolling through.
We're going to come back to you. Okay, we're going to skip around, sirs. I'm going to let the goblins go first. That's what you get. That's what you get, Jim. That's what. All right, so the goblins are going to go first because we're out of options. So this goblin, these are now charging alongside here. They all have these little kind of like cool little spear things. Like you know how like the Romans have those little like what do they call them? They're like there's the first line of attack. They throw these little short spears and they attack with like glaives.
Are they called?
It's a javelin, basically.
Phylum?
Yeah, that's
Phylum.
right. Something like that, right? Phylum or something like
Phylum.
that.
Yeah, I'm just googling it right now. I'm pretty sure that I'm being a weapons geek.
You are being a weapons geek. I'm loving it. So
yeah,
all of
phylum.
them. So this is the tactic they've been doing each time. So I'm going to give you all initiative tests to try and dodge it because you know this is coming. And none of them have actually tried to like change anything. So all of you can make an initiative test apart from.
Is that with a plus or just as it is?
No, just as it is, folks. Nothing
Right,
fancy. Apart from the only person that can't is going to be Jim, actually.
Right, fair enough. I've got my character sheet now, by the way, with the penguins.
All right. Oh yeah. Okay. So everybody make initiative. So that's Pete.
Easy.
28. That's an easy. Okay. So you managed to dodge out the way. This spear goes straight over your head, sir. Although you're tiny.
Okay, I'm rolling.
Sorry.
Rolling.
That's Tom.
No,
Why does
I
his house
fail.
keep moving around?
That wasn't me. That's done.
Who keeps doing
I
that?
fail.
It's weird. That's a fail.
Oh,
Okay, you get hit, and Jim, you are going to get hit because it was a critical success. So you don't be able to dodge out the way of that. The other person, I guess, there's 4 of them. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I guess the other person would be Dr. Dasher. So I'm going to roll this for Dasher. Good luck, Dasher. I can't believe I actually had to make these. I blame the community for this. I had to make these people full character sheets.
Can't you just fake your rolls anyways?
No, I feel like because they can see that I'm faking rolls. See, they can actually see they're privy to my little secret space.
Oh, I see. I do.
Yeah, so exactly. So I can't fake it.
So I've got to turn
GM
Twitch on
vision,
to see
remember?
your secret space.
GM
Okay.
vision. Yeah, I can see all of your secret. Look at that. Look how much cash you've got. Look how many fate points you have. What if I do this? Ooh. Okay. So
Get out of my box.
Dr. Dasher, literally the last second.
What she said.
He peers out behind this shield, and at literally the last second goes, "Whoa!" and then dashes back, and this what are they called, Tom? These spear things?
Phylum.
Kylan like slams into the shield, this like tall shield thing sticking out the back, and he manages to duck down, and he does the sign of the hammer again, and he goes, "Oh, I was pretty close there. You might want to speed those penguins up, whatever the fuck you call them, eh?" And this from this actually is a very beautiful. Like really beautiful. That's not beautiful. But anyway, Prancer is gasping. And
You're not meant to hear that noise.
Sorry?
Carry on.
Okay. So Prancer is like making it seems like he's gasping for breath, like his lungs have been affected, or at least one of the lungs has been affected. Like every time he draws breath, he's like that. It's kind of being sharp and rapid. He's not doing well at all. If Steve was here, he could actually give us a very good real-world explanation for all that. Please, we should ask him next time. We should ask him next time. That'd be cool. All right, Sue.
Pierce the intercostal muscles.
There you go. That's close enough. We have a resident. Yeah, you're a resident vet. It's fine.
2 questions, Neil. Have you forgotten that we've been hit? Some of us have been hit by the spears, or that's number 1.
Yeah.
And number 2, what was going on with the penguins? Weren't they about to run over one of the goblins?
Yeah, but Jim didn't have his character sheet, so as punishment, I'm making him go after the goblin.
You've got it now.
Yes.
Okay, so you can simultaneously hit this beautiful singing Sinatra-like goblin. Sorry, that's egocentric. I have no idea what I sound like. But anyway, the singing goblin you can hit with the penguins at the same time that it's going to chuck its spear at you as punishment, Jim. Ratty, you've been hit by a spear, so you are going to take. You're going to take. Ooh, that's not good. Whoa, that was close. Okay, that was close. You're going to take 5 points of damage. It was almost a critical. Sorry, buddy. So you're going to take 5 points of damage. All right.
So I've got 4 toughness, so it's 1 point of damage,
You're
right?
going to take 1 wound. So this thing like grazes past your arm.
All right.
Yeah, and just like grazes your shoulder a little bit. So nothing too bad, but it does do a little bit. But you're pretty fucked up already, so not looking too
Bathrobe
good.
will need some better sewing.
You need to like enchant that bathrobe, man.
Yeah. We've not had a chance to do any of that yet.
Yeah, you will do. Don't worry. We're getting there. All right. So this thing just like kind
No,
of
you're going to kill us before we actually get a chance to level up or anything. It's absolutely...
Advanced career to corpse.
That's when you find out
2
this.
sessions is promised this.
That's when you find out this entire show has been my sort of like evil plot to get you all together to kill you off metaphorically for the one thing that you did when we were kids or something.
Yeah,
Remember that time when we were kids, my birthday party? Well, now you die. It's like gonna be like that. All right. So it grazes you. It causes you a little bit of damage. This thing is now going to try and jump. You know, the next step is they all going to try and board the sleigh. So they throw these things, they get close, they board, and the wolves are trained to stay to a certain point. When they're killed, though, the wolves tend to lose interest and fuck off. So this is like their plan, which is terrible, but it's been basically it's a war of attrition, and it's been sort of like grinding you all down. Blitzen's been injured, so's Vixen. You're all not in a good place, apart from our heroes. I guess Teddy's looking pretty good, and yeah, Bond is pretty fucked up too. So Steve, so yeah, this has been working.
Good because he's an amazing knack for self-preservation.
Tactical withdrawal, I believe, is the term that we settled on, right?
Exactly. I'm a thief. I stick to the shadows and avoid confrontation.
Yeah, coward. Professional coward.
There's no shame in it. He's
It's the only way
alive.
to survive in this grim world of perilous adventure.
Indeed, it is Grim World of Perilous Adventure. Okay, so I'm lost. Oh yeah, that was you. That was
Steering
you.
the cart thing.
Jim. Yes, you're going to be hit
Yes.
by a spear, and then you can steer this thing into our beautiful singing gobbo.
Right. Okay.
You're going to take 4
Da-da-da.
points of damage to your arm, left arm.
Right. Okay. Well, I have a toughness of 4.
All right, so the spear comes towards you, and you literally just raise your arm, and it just sails underneath it, and through the gap, like straight across you, like this, like that, and just zooms across you like this way, and completely misses you. You're sort of in you're zenned out right now. You're completely in your element. You got penguins pounding down the terrain. The wind's in your hair, and there's a tickle in your beard. You're feeling great. This thing misses you. At that point, you then maneuver. In fact, the reason it happens actually is because you maneuver the penguins at the last minute, and that causes the spear to change to still go on the same trajectory, but you're not there anymore. You've sort of jerked to the left. So you're going to just literally knock this thing down, basically.
Ideally, run it over. I want
Okay.
to hear the sound of goblin ribcage under my wheels.
I'm going to say you can make a weapon skill test plus 20, because you're using these things to literally just smash the shit out of it. And you're winning and charging and all kinds of stuff. So plus 20, why not?
That's 20.
Yeah.
Right, let's give this a go. Is that an 80 or I can't see what
20. I'm
that
going to say
landing.
it's 28. No, the computer tells me
Okay.
it's 28. The computer says 28. So it's 28.
If it says 28, then there's a
24,
natural
sorry, 24.
my weapon skill of 42.
Hey.
So yes,
Total hit. Okay, so roll a d6 twice. You can roll 2d6. Because
viscous penguins.
basically it's two. In fact, actually, wait. Stop before we do that. Roll 1d3. That's how many hits you're going to make. That'll make more sense. Sorry.
oh nice.
Yeah,
Okay,
1d3. Okay.
D3.
So that's 2
Two
hits. 2 strength. 3 hits on this gobbo and wolf combination.
Right,
What,
so-
the cart has a strength of 3?
No, the penguins have a strength of 4, but they're masked because they're not trying to literally attack it. I'm going to say it's a strength of 3 hit.
Okay.
hit 5.
Okay, it's a 5, that's 8. Okay, roll it again. That's a 4, that's a 7, so that means it's 15. Yeah, I mean, I think in total you're going to destroy this thing. So basically, oh no.
Neil, can you do an impression of the singing goblin going
I
under?
just realised we're going to lose my favourite character of the show.
Oh,
I'm sure
thanks.
he's got a
I was
cousin.
hoping it was Mondo.
Or an aunt.
That was a joke, folks. I was just waiting for your response, and you
I
disappointed.
do feel you should do an impression of the singing goblin going underneath.
Fly me to the
Okay. All right. So I guess. Well, the thing is, though, I've lost about whereabouts he is in his set. Like, whereabouts in his set is he? He's done like Fly Me to the Moon. Is he
You're
on?
doing Mac to Life now.
Oh, I know. I think I know where he is. I think I know where he is. I think I know where he is. This is going to take a little bit of doing. So how's it? No, okay. I've got it. I'm sorry. Sorry. Start spreading the news. Ah! I'm leaving today. Is what happens. So, and admittedly, it's the wolf that gets trampled, and then he just pulls the goblin down underneath it. You never did get that goblin's name. See this Star Sprint, and then just goes and just.
He's
what
got
you
to be
heard.
called Frankie, surely.
It's Frankie, yeah. So Frankie, the singing goblin, I mean, you don't know what's happened to Frankie, but this wolf got like stepped on, and it just dragged down the goblin with it. Whether the goblin is alive or dead, folks, will be probably up to the community and the fan reaction, I guess.
I think he's more loved than anyone else.
Frankie's fan, yeah, he's the most beloved character. The Frankie fans are gonna ask for a comeback. So anyway, maybe a big band or something. I don't know. So Frankie the singing goblin. Did that work okay? I was in the moment, so I wasn't entirely sure what I sounded.
It was good. The reaction from the fan base does appear to be good. I'm loving, especially New York.
I've now hit school child laughter. Okay, so the goblin goes down, and actually, let's face it, that goblin was pretty fucking charismatic. So let's say it was the lead. I want to say it's the leader of this war band. Man, that's a whole nother lore. Okay, so yeah, so these
The head
goblins,
of HR.
they just go, "Oh no, Frankie!" like that, and they suddenly completely lose their nerve as they see their mighty singing leader get trampled by some kind of chaos creature, war penguin thing, and they just completely bottle it, and they just all suddenly break off. Apart from this dude who sees it and then he breaks off, so you can have like a free shot. Britson has a free shot, so well, I didn't even need to really roll with her. Blah blah blah. Yeah,
they're going to mourn for Frankie and give him a nice.
Well, may not be dead though, is he? He's a beloved character after all. So the goblins
He's down. We don't know whether he's out.
The goblins turn tail. And peg it. No, Frankie. They start running off. You are once again alone. I'm gonna put Frank. I'm gonna build a little shrine to Frankie.
I'm going to just have to point out that Happy Heroine has indeed drawn us a picture of Innkeeper Butter.
You're kidding. That's amazing. Loving it.
Thank you.
Is it good? I don't even need to ask if it's good. I know it's good.
That's amazing, in fact.
Is it
It's
really
not
good?
just good.
Hang on.
It's amazing.
I've got to say this now. Hang on.
All right. Send it to the group. Oh, I can't really see it, obviously, at the moment. All right, so that was fast. All right, so Frankie the singing goblin, the fate of which is unknown.
And Vandor's on the butter, I think, as well.
Vandor's
She's
on the
really
butter.
pushing him hard.
Wow.
It's Vandor's butter.
It's Vandor's holding the butter in a cheeky, seductive yet come hither eyes. Aye, try the butter. It's fresh. Okay, so you've managed to. Okay, this seems like, because of the numbers and because of the ferocity and all that, sort of the lack of ferocity thereof, this seems like the raiding parties are starting to peter out. Like, this may have been the last raiding party, or at least that's what you can assume for the moment. And as you gather, the penguins sort of you G the penguins up a little bit, tiny bit, not too much, Jim, but like more than you were doing, I guess. You notice that you can't see anything else. You don't feel like there's another attack imminent. You're now probably about a good 500, 600 yards away from this woodlands, which you can see very clearly. The river has become quite almost like a tributary. Actually, kind of it's heading towards an underground source. So it's becoming quite shallow and stream-like and all that kind of stuff. But still quite wide though. There are patches of woodlands around, and you can see that these are also the valley is actually kind of very steep hills, almost like mountains, I guess, escarpments. But you can see that there's a cluster of trees here, and you can kind of not go around the corner, if you know what I mean, but you can disappear from view in there. You reckon, Jim? You reckon this is probably a good place to aim?
Right, fair enough. So I'm going to steer the penguins in that general direction and try and look for somewhere where it's good to make camp. We can patch ourselves up, get the penguins okay, get some water.
Okay.
Maybe even make some sort of a fortified encampment.
Okay, sure. You will maybe talk about how good that singing goblin was, huh?
Well, yeah, well, definitely.
Have we got away from the other two? What are the other goblins?
They've all turned tail. Frankie, the singing goblin, who was their charismatic, courageous leader, because he got squashed, They sort of bottled it and then.
Bondo,
turntailed it.
I'm going to shout to Bondo, you played a blinder.
Well, you know, cometh the time, cometh the gnome.
You swear, you
Cool.
bastard.
All right. So this is a terrible drawing. Okay, so this is where you sort of like Fast and Furious power slide your sleigh. So if we're gonna make the sleigh, I'm gonna make the sleigh taking far too much time. This is gonna make the barrel for consistency. So that's the sleigh, and you sort of like power slide your way around this way, and quick as you turn the corner. This is all woodland here, by the way. And this is the escarpment of the hills. You see what looks to be a cave entrance just here, literally, a natural cave entrance, not a thing like demi-human made or whatever. And there's woodlands here, but the woodlands aren't particularly. They're quite thick and very small, so you can't get the sleigh into them. Whereas the entrance of this thing here, so I'm going to make this bigger. The entrance of the cave kind of looks big enough that you could like probably put kind of the cart in there. What are you going to do, folks? It is just a cave in the middle of the wilderness.
Can we still need to investigate the cave, don't we? I guess.
Yeah.
Sensible.
Minotaurs or anything else ridiculous that's going to come out and eat us.
Sure.
Hamsters.
Okay.
Bull Ripper's bloody cousin or whatever.
That would be a weird coincidence, wouldn't it? Wait,
No.
you look familiar. Do you know Mr. Bull Ripper? Really? You're his cousin. Fascinating. We were just with him. Small world. Like one of those moments, Pete.
yeah. Then it's a back away.
You should mention that.
I like the fact that you have such little faith in me as a narrative storyteller. Oh, it's his cousin out of nowhere in the middle of a fucking wilderness forest cave thing, just north of where you were. Convenient. Fuck off, Pete. All right, so terrible soap opera-esque beeline stories aside, how are you going to do this, folks? I'm going to switch you over to looking at the barrel and fill it with your imaginations. That's your sleigh. I mean, the where you're actually like, this is a sleigh. Fuck it, I got rid of it too fast. So you're on the sleigh here. What are you going to do, folks? The barrel is now moving slowly towards the opening.
So we can fit the whole barrel and the penguins in the cave. Is
Yeah,
that
it looks
sort of
like
the sizing.
Yeah, it's pretty wide opening. But you can sort of, as you get close to it, I'm assuming you're getting close to it, just to help move things on a little bit.
Just move the barrel along.
It looks like you can't see much past here because it's like pretty dark. But it looks like certainly this area here is reasonably flat. There's like some rock outcroppings here, some stalactites and stalagmites there, and stuff. But essentially, there's an area here where the barrel kind of is already that you could pull into and probably actually stay there, maybe even cover it up. I don't know. You can probably try and find something to hide it.
I was thinking use some of the trees and that, cut down a couple of bits, pull a bit of foliage or whatever, try and conceal the entrance slightly, or at least make it defensible.
Yeah, you could try this. It's going to take a bit of time, but there's quite a few of you. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
There's 8, I think, isn't there?
There's 8. One's incapacitated, pretty much. Speaking of which, Dr. Dasher says, "Help me down with him." Sorry, that doesn't write. Sorry. Hey, help me down with him. The beautiful man is bleeding out. And you just hear, he sort of, Prancer just does this thing where his hands come over and he just sort of like lolls back going, "Ugh," but he does it in such a beautiful way that you're like, wow, the guy's like super good looking. Like effortlessly beautiful. Do you know what I mean? He just flops over his back like, flop, like that. But he's definitely dying in a very beautiful way.
Okay. I was going to say, he sounds like he's faking it, doesn't he?
Is that what you're going to say out loud? He's faking it.
He's a goal breaker.
He's faking it.
He's faking it, isn't he? You can see that.
You're going to say that out loud?
What a tosser.
You're going to say it out loud?
Yeah.
Wicked. As you do that, you turn around and get slapped across the face by Blitzen, who just slaps you really hard to the point where your eyeballs roll around a little bit, and she goes over and helps Prancer and Dasher. Helps Dasher get Prancer down off the sleigh, and they lie him over here.
You've got it coming too. I know where you live.
Yeah, on a sleigh in the middle of fucking woods.
I don't have a very
know where you sleep in a tent.
Fucking cave. So I know where you live. All right. So I'm going to. I don't know. Something really fell through the thing. I'm going to make you all tiny people. Look how tiny and small and insignificant you are. Okay, so you are here. This is where you are. The sleigh is here. Steve, Vixen is sort of taking point out here. Ratty, you're picking your nose there. The penguins are over here. And the other penguin is sort of like here-ish as well. Jim, the penguins are getting pretty skittish at the moment. Because you've driven them basically into a cave system. And yeah, they're looking pretty skittish.
I'm going to try and calm the penguins, and then if I can, try and heal what's-his-face up. In that order.
One of the war penguins.
No, I'm going to try... not at the moment, they healed themselves, so I'm going to try and heal Matey.
Heal what?
What's-his-face? He's injured.
The dying
Pretty
guy.
boy. Yeah!
Oh,
That's the one.
Prancer. You mean, okay.
Yes.
I love the fact that you think you can do something when the clearly trained physician can't, but that's cool. Alright, so...
I've got heal wounds!
I like the never say die attitude. Okay, so you sort of go up to Prancer, and yeah, you see Dasher is literally like, now he's got him on the floor, and the whole world isn't moving. He's now getting out some tools, and he's starting to look, and he notices he's got like a sweat on him. He's looking very under pressure, and he's focusing. Prancer is pretty much unconscious. Blitzen is also here trying to keep him conscious and talk to him and generally be a good friend, and is trying to help him through. They're speaking in a language you don't understand, but it's incredibly melodic and quite beautiful to listen to, but you don't understand what they're saying.
Neil,
Basically saying is that I've gone up to the trained medical doctor and said, have you tried plasters?
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's what you do. So you go up to Dasher, who's under quite a lot of pressure, I should point out, looks at you and goes, yeah, I've tried fucking plasters. Now get the fuck out of here. Jesus.
That's the
I
penguin.
can't say Jesus.
Try
Sigma!
and heal them.
Yeah, yeah he sort of shouts and barks at you, and you back off like, all right, all right, all right.
Neil,
Yeah, Tom.
I've cast magic flame, by the way, in the darkness of the cave.
Cool.
I held up my hand and go, let there be light, you bastard. And
Cool.
a low flame kind of glows above my hand. So I am casting some light into the darkness. So
Nice. So this, in fact, this light over here has,
Yeah.
and cast light into this cave. The war penguins relax actually because they sort of see their surroundings. I mean, they've got reasonably good night vision, but obviously being in tight spaces freaks them out for some reason. But they seem to calm a little bit with the presence of light around them, as everybody does. Steve comes up and goes, "Hey, I don't want to tell you the wizard business, but I think this is not a great... I can't do that. Fuck it, I've got the Dutch thinking in my voice. Can you do the German?
It's
can I do the
crazy.
faux German thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
9. No.
That's it.
Wie
Yeah,
geht's du? Wie geht's du, baby? That doesn't work either. All right, he just goes up to you and goes, yeah, I think this is a bad tactical decision. You should probably put the flame out, otherwise our enemies may come and get us, you know. It sounded still a little Dutch. But
oh
anyway,
man, so I was trying to calm down the penguins, but now, oh yeah, it is a terrible idea. What was I thinking? All right, I suppose I close my hand and the flame goes out.
Okay, so you close it down, but what you do see before you close it down, you do see there is a smaller passage here that leads off to a cave system, presumably. This away, over there. That away. Okay, cool.
Okay.
So the light comes off as abruptly as it came on, which Steve then walks out to the entrance because he's got terrible night vision. It is becoming closer towards dawn, but it's like that half light you get just before dawn fully is realized. Yeah, so Dasher is now furiously trying to apply things. Prancer seems completely unconscious. Bondo stepped back out of sheer embarrassment, I guess. And Vixen is sort of like nervously looking forward. She nods at Ziggy, and Ziggy sort of like falls into like a parallel stance with her, and he gets his hand crossbow and he's reloading it. Teddy, what are you doing, sir?
I'm going to be on the cart as like cover, but also pushing, looking out with my slingshot in case anything comes
Okay.
from any
Cool.
direction.
Okay.
Defensive position, and I'm not rustling through Blitzen's things at all.
That you want to, though, don't you?
Oh,
Well, you're so tempted, right?
well, she's distracted.
Yeah.
No, not going to do
Alright.
it.
Well, ready to roll against the whole thief thing there, Pete.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Now's not the time.
now's not the time. Fair enough. So you're on top, taking potential position. Time goes past. How long you're not sure. Every minute that goes past seems to be 1 minute closer to all of your dooms. And yet nothing comes. No more goblin riders come out of the woods. No burst around the corner. No spiders come over the hills and tumbling down on top of you. Apparently, they've lost the trail, or they've given up the trail to follow you. You've managed to outlive this relentless attack by the horde, or maybe you're just too far away from the main camp. They've decided to stop scouting raids after you. So for the moment, you have a breather. It's been roughly about an hour or so. None of you have really done much because of the immediate threat. However, Dasher sort of stands up at last and steps back, looks to Blitzen, who's holding Prancer's hand, and just shakes his head slowly. He wipes off the blood from his hands onto his tunic and his trousers, takes off his sort of like very thin, rounded spectacles, places them in his pocket, and just sighs out deeply, and then just turns and walks back towards the cart. Bondo, not sure what you've been doing, so I'm assuming to do with the war penguins, right?
Yeah, healing and calming and generally trying to sort them out.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to do that, actually. Yeah, you've sort of been calming them, and they've been sort of responding because you are the mama. Both their tummies are grumbling, like, quite a lot, like making weird gurgling noises. But their wounds, the rice cakes, and we're not going to go with the rice cake, are we?
We did hear some good ones there, which was Gunter and Newt Newt. I quite like those.
Okay,
I like
tell you
those.
what, it's your character. Why don't you make a decision, Jim, and name our war penguins?
Go with it. Go
You
with
don't have to do it right now.
Not
You
right now, dude. Just at some
You
point.
can sleep on it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can have a Zoom meeting about it. You know, it's fine.
Oh, too many of those this year. Right. Yeah.
So what else are you doing? Anything else?
Right. So yeah, I'm just calming and generally fettling the animals. I reckon we have water nearby. I think they would probably like fish, but I think that's a plan for another time.
Well, you can make you've got you're kind of like a dwarf, I guess. So have you got things like, what skills have you got that might be relevant? Like to mining. You've got mining.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got mining. Okay,
Mining.
Cool. All right. So make an intelligence test plus 10 for your mining skill, sir.
Right. 1 second.
How's the penguin sound?
Hang on. I can't roll and find the penguin noises. It's more like. That ain't good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a no.
Okay, so you know that the facts are that in mountainous areas like this, especially close to proximity to rivers, there should be water. However, you're not really sure if that's the thing or not, or if that's just the top of your head. So it's your guess is as good as anybody else's. However, there is there's water nearby, a stream. There's also a large stream, and there's also this cave system that nobody's explored yet. So you could do this. This is like a thing. Alright. So that's what you're doing. Dasher's walked back and is leaning heavily against the sort of like the side of the sleigh, and is just rubbing his eyes. It's been quite a long time since any of you have slept, and Dasher is exhausted as you all are. He looks up at Teddy and he sighs again and goes, "Any sight of them?" No, he doesn't talk like that at all, does he? That's a silly voice.
You should
Any shite of them?
Any shite of them?
Any shite of them?
Nothing yet, mate.
Oh.
No
that's
shite
very
of
good.
them.
I'm going to make him
Nothing
Connery.
there, Governor.
I'm going to do him Connery. Any shite of
Yes.
them? Yes.
Of course.
Have we lost the goblins? There you go. That's Dasher now. We finally got there, folks. Finally got there. That's what Dasher sounds like. Sean fucking Connery. Sir, Sean
Nah.
Connery. Sure, we've lost the bastards.
No sign of
Unfortunately,
anything. I'm getting a kip. Good night.
he looks at you and goes, I was about to say something quite filled with pathos and weight, but fuck you if you want to sleep. He was about to say we've lost the goblins, now it looks like we're about to lose a comrade as well. He was going to say that, but instead he went, it's all right, mate, I'm going to go to sleep. All right, mate, whatever you're going to say, not interested, just going to interrupt you, go to
Yeah,
sleep.
that's nice. I'm knackered. Good
Yeah,
night.
that's fine. So
Yeah.
Dasher then walks over to Ziggy and hear him say, have we lost sight of them? And just like carries that moment on. And then Ziggy goes, yeah, and then he just goes, well, and you just hear them say something. Vixen sort of has come back, and she's got a couple of rabbits. She actually went off to the woods, and she's now like running back pretty quickly over the space in between, and has a couple of rabbits on her spear, on the end of a spear, like snared and stuff. And Blitzen nods to her. She nods to Ziggy and to Dasher, and Dasher sort of like walks behind her, going, "Have you lost sight?" As she sort of goes over, and she starts like clearly gathering wood to make some kind of food. Ratty, you're still you've been staring for an hour at this area that when you switched the light off, you just were staring this direction, right?
Yeah.
So you've been doing that. You've been doing that slack-jawed for an hour.
Listening quite intently, though.
Listening very intently. You can make a 26 initiative. 26 is right. Your initiative, right? You can make one of those rolls to see if you've learned anything.
All right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take this opportunity.
Take the
to figure
opportunity, man. 26 out of 100 chance. Do it. 84, an expected fail, sir. So you're still slack-jawed, staring off into the middle distance. You're Orlando Blooming your way into the darkness.
I'm just not that smart, Mr. Frodo.
You're just not that smart. But you can't glean anything from staring into abject blackness. Vixen sort of like nudges you with a pole and says, "Gather firewood," and just starts like assembling a fire into the corner over here, sort of away from the entrance. You notice also, as you come to Ratty, you turn around, you notice that Dasher is no longer trying to look after Prancer or heal the beautiful man, as you know him, and is now come over and is now helping fix up
that
the
beautiful
woods.
man.
Yeah, he's now helping fix firewood into some kind of thing. The penguins are now like purring quietly as Bondo's like.
Does anyone have they just left the body like lying there?
He's not dead yet. I was about to do this great fucking moment, but none of you seem interested. So fuck you all, guys. It's going to be a quiet moment now.
Penguins to deal with.
Yeah, you got penguins and fucking fish to eat and sleep to be had. I don't know. So anyway, I was going to carry on, but you can interject if you want and see what's going on, or just fuck it. He goes dead.
You play your NPCs. We'll just sit here and look.
Yeah, I'm just going to play with my NPCs, and I'm going to have my own fun. So you can't see what's going. You can see from a distance. There you go. Fucking hell. You can see from a distance that Blitzen is like saying something over to Prancer, whispering very close in the ear. And Prancer's hand just comes up and just takes her shoulder, and the hand comes up to to the side of her face, and he just caresses her once. And the hand just slips down. She grabs the hand as it falls and gently carries the motion on and places it over his chest. And then pulls his other hand up and places the other one there. And she bows her head and stays there for some time.
Beautiful.
What are you all going to do, folks? Not a dry eye in the house, eh?
I'm going to go and catch some fish for the penguin.
Snore loudly.
Right, because that's the most fucking important part. Nice. So,
I'm gonna bow my head in honor.
Well, okay, folks. So, what's the rough plan before you delve into the darkness, or not, or just stay here for the moment?
We need a reason to delve into the darkness,
Sure
really.
do.
You know.
Do we know what's further up this stream?
Yeah.
The stream which goes, the stream is actually this way, over here. There's like it goes into the woods, like this, and it sort of skirts the edge of the wood apparently, which is what Vixen told you, and then carries on up into the mountains. So you have a fresh source of food, seemingly, and you also have water as well. So at least that's two major things that are covered.
I think we need to take a break and try and heal some wounds and get our. I want to try and relax and get some magic points back. And
yeah, I mean, are you going to do
regroup?
Yeah, this is a good point to have like a narrative rest. So Bondo, you had some ideas. I mean, the Prancer's, by the way, not that any of you seem to care, but Prancer is indeed dead, and Blitzen stands.
Well, I'll go over to him and see. I'll
slap him in the face with your magic spells.
That might work.
I'd advise you against doing
I
that.
was going to do something very sensitive. I'm going to go over and I'm going to see if he talk to them about burial rites. Does anyone know? I could say a few words if you like.
That's really sweet. You go up there and you sort of say that to Blitzen, and she stops and she's sort of standing now over the body of Prancer just at the base here. You say that in a really quiet and very sweet voice, actually, Tom. Thank you for that. She looks at you and just goes, Ratigan, that's very sweet of you. But no, we need to prepare my brother, wrap him, and then I shall be taking him back to our homeland. She looks at you and places a hand on your shoulder, and you just hear this clunk as as Ziggy drops his sword, and then picks it back up again real quickly, and is still like guarding the entrance, having noticed that she's put a hand on your shoulder. But Blitzen, gives you this really sincere thank you look. Like it's almost you're kind of an idiot, but you kind of get the fact that she appreciated those words.
I'm sure he'd say something inappropriate about burning corpses right now anyway, wouldn't he? That's the most efficient way to deal with the body.
Ziggy.
Yeah.
Bondo was going to dig a hole.
Yeah, she turns around very quickly. Thank you for saving the day, Jim. She turns around you very quickly and goes, "We do not bury our dead like you filth dwellers." And she sort of turns back. "We are going to wrap my brother."
Suit yourself, darling.
And she looks at Ratty and goes, "I will do it alone, but thank you. You cannot touch the body now. It's sacred." She goes back to the cart and starts pulling off basically like tarpaulin or anything that she can find, like material that's obviously just like rags and stuff that have been on the floor, like blankets and stuff. And she goes back to the Prancer's body and starts wrapping Prancer, kind of almost like when they mummify people, kind of thing. They wrap them really tightly and like almost swaddling them, kind of like that. And it's really tight and it takes a fair amount of time. She starts doing that. Vixen, who's made a fire, has now also made like a little improvised spit, and there's about half a dozen fish there. And she throws a couple of fish your way, Jim, which lands on the floor. And she just says, "That's for the beasts, you insensitive little pig," and just walks off and walks over to Blitzen and starts helping her wrap. I mean, weirdly, by the way, none of you really notice until they're side by side that Blitzen and Vixen, they're both elves, but they look quite different. Like they come from clearly different. They almost look like kind of cousin elves. You know what I mean? Like Vixen is
This is my sister elf.
No, I didn't mean like family. I mean, what I mean is, I didn't mean like that. I mean, ding, 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 ding. It's call and response. No, what I mean is like they look both like elves, but they're not the same. Like they definitely come from maybe different like sub races of elf. And there are quite a few. There's like the fabled high elves. There's wood elves. And you think there's a thing like sea elves and some other types of elves as well that you're not really familiar with. But they don't look like similar. So obviously they're from like different regions of the world or wherever their cultures have developed. They look quite different, even though they're clearly elves. Which for all of you that are not elves is something new, because not many people know that much about elves outside of just seeing them and them looking pretty and whatnot. Yeah, that was anally retentive, wasn't it? That was the Games Master over-explaining shit that doesn't really make a difference.
I don't know, the penny dropped for some of us. We're like, oh.
Yeah, all right.
Look at that.
The Fennig dropped. Oh, all elves are not the same. You've grown, you elfish gnome. That's right. You've actually learned something about elves. Good for you. All right, so anyway, Vixen helps. After a moment, she says something in Elvish, in a different accent, obviously, and Blitzen nods after a moment's thought, and they start wrapping Prancer's body together, having moved his swords to one side and his bow. Dasher is now like cooking the fish. You've got a couple of fish to feed the penguins. The penguins are hooting. Do we have the noise for that? They're hooting quite excitedly.
Hang on.
That's
Oh
pretty
God,
good.
that sounds wrong.
Fish. Fish. I don't know what fucking penguins sound like. Alright, it was two. I think we're pushing that a little bit far. Okay, so you managed to feed said penguins. Yeah, that's about it, really. Okay, so what is the plan for you holding up this place before we go into narrative? And I know Jim, you might have to bail out in a second.
Yeah. I'm thinking just basically we take stock, we heal, we catch up.
Are you preparing like a defense or anything? Do you have carpentry and whatnot? Do you want to like?
I do have carpentry. I'm thinking we've felled a couple of trees.
Well, you managed to find dead wood actually, like wood that's sort of like felled trees that have naturally fallen over, because the elves really don't like the idea of you taking an axe to a fucking tree.
Are we doing an A-team sequence here?
Yeah, we're doing a montage to speed things up.
Hey,
Need a montage. Need a montage to help us run, because we're running out of time.
those sort
Everything
of
faster with a
anti-wolf
montage.
spikes with the at like a 45-degree angle out. So, yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
like the what are they
giant
called?
caltrops.
Yeah, like a palisade or something they're called. Or something
That's
like that.
it. Something along
Yeah.
those lines.
Okay, so you basically find all this dead wood, and you've got enough like baseline materials from the sleigh, in the sleigh actually. There's like a box of literally like repair stuff, and you manage to lash them together. And yeah, you're so excited that one of you turns into a dog and starts like yapping. In
Apologies.
fact, that's what Bondo completes the final palisade and starts yapping like a dog.
Loki is going crazy. I do apologize.
That's all right. we can use it. We're going to roll with it. Happy
Loki.
accident. Happy accident. All right. So whilst Pete is dealing with the dog issue, what do you all folks want to do? You've got a little bit of time. I mean, the sort of day passes. The day passes back into night, basically, and you realise that nobody's coming for you. Not being, as far as you can tell, nobody's coming for you. You could spend some time healing up and resting up. None of you have really slept that much. You took shifts of sleeping, but it hasn't been that much time to do much. Sorry, Tom, I interrupted.
Well, I was gonna find a little corner to tuck myself in and have a very snory sleep, because that's how I get my magic points back.
Oh, you sleep like a baby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I definitely do.
you definitely
Having
do.
slept in a hedge for my whole young life, I can pretty much sleep anywhere.
I'm going to say you can take all your health back, and you can roll 1d6 to get... all your magic points back, and roll 1d3 to get those number of health points back.
Okay, so 1d6 for magic points, yeah?
Mhm.
All right, let's do that.
4, cool.
Four
That
magic.
Nice.
puts you up to 6, I believe.
Yeah.
And then 1d3 for how much health. And all of you that sleep, even if it's for a few hours, can roll 1d3. It's not proper sleep, so that's why I'm not giving you full health back.
Is that a d3? No, that's a d6.
Hey, D3.
D3s are the white
That's
ones.
D6. Bugger it. Okay. hang on.
Whoa, I've just made loads of you appear. Sorry.
I think I found one over here.
Yeah, that's
2
a 2.
points.
Two
2
points.
points.
No, that was a d6. Where are all the d3?
You're really struggling, aren't you? Here you go. There's one here. There you
All right.
go. 1. Okay, so you get 1 hit point back, which is just down here. So
Yeah.
allow me. There you go. Cool. Okay. So, and I guess with Steve, I'll put back onto full. Cool. Okay.
I haven't
So,
actually lost any health, so I'm good.
all right, dude. So we're going to go into a narrative form. So we're going to basically talk about what you want to do and what the plan is. There's a very somber mood, understandably. Everybody's pretty fucked up. Dr. Dasher goes around to each of you and tries to apply a little bit of field care, but he's got very little materials to work with, and he goes out to try and find some herbs, which there aren't many. Vixen goes with him, although Vixen's in pretty bad shape too. The wrapped body of Prancer they did find some herbs to try and like paste the blankets and paste the wrappings of Prancer to try and preserve the body a little bit by kind of sealing it in a way. And Blitzen hasn't really moved. She spent the whole time just sort of sitting there, just keeping a watch over her brother, apparently. Yeah, are you going to spend? I mean, what's the idea? What's the deal here, folks? Like, what is the plan? Do you want to spend some time here? What do you want to do?
It's rest until daylight. I think is the.
I mean,
sense
yeah, I
action
don't
here.
think we should stay too long here. We should be just getting ourselves like,
Enough for the penguins to rest, right?
yeah,
Sure. Okay.
And heal
the penguins
chaos heal their
resting,
wounds.
us kind of recouping a little bit, and sort of, and then we want to move, quite soon after, and I guess also dealing with making sure the burial process not burial, but the funeral process is carried through.
Yeah,
well,
with that in mind, Dasher and Blitzen's still not pretty out of it, but Dasher sort of pulls out a very rough map where they think you are, So this is true north here.
I mean, that's the other thing we need to do is figure out where we're actually headed.
Yeah, they think you're on the kind of where the Black Mountains meet the Grey Mountains at the base here. Lauren Forest is here where this big L is. This is the Empire. The idea that they have is that Blitzen says, I'm taking my brother back to Lauren Forest. He will be given the proper burial of Karnos. Karnos, you don't know, you think it's like an elvish god. You're not entirely sure what that's about. Weirdly, when she's talking about this very somberly about this, she's going no matter what. So whatever you decide to do, she's going to Lauren Forest. She turns to you and goes, child, and looks straight at you, Ratty, and says, come with us.
You want us to come to your forest?
I want you to meet the speaker of Karnos. I think he has much to say to you. Dasher then at least sort of steps forward and goes, what nonsense is this? Your folk will never allow us there. You know that. No. We should go to La Maison Tal. La Maison Tal is I'm actually one of the order. I'm an initiate of Tal, of the Talarite Church. We should go to La Maison Tal. It's in the Grey Mountains, not far from here. I believe maybe a week's travel, maybe two through rough terrain. But they have food, provisions. They'll gladly be able to help us back to the Empire. La Maison Tal is the same distance as Lauren Forest, albeit further north.
Can you just say La Maison Tal once more?
I realise I'm not doing his voice. La Maison Tal. Because he's Sean Connery. I said, no, we should go north to the La Maison Tal. They've got some fine wine and brandy there. So that's how he sounds. No, that's what he says. La Maison Tal.
That sounds better to me, guys.
I feel like
La Maison Tal.
Should we go into a huddle?
Yeah, huddle.
Huddle up, boys.
PC huddle. Hey, why are you huddling? Says Ziggy. It's my entire contribution.
Well, my feeling is I quite want to go. I love a good forest, me. So I'd quite like to go and see what these lovely elfie types have got in store for us there.
Screw that. Now we go. Accent gone again. Nah, we've got to go.
You're doing well with your one accent. You have to look after Pete. Doing great, mate.
I am not professional in any way at all.
Ratty, aren't you supposed to be sent to do with Tal?
Yeah, we got to go to Tal. That just sounds the way that the better place. This forest thing, I don't trust it.
That's like, yes, and between you and me, I don't really trust those pointy-eared weirdos.
Hey, this is our huddle, not yours.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry.
Get your own side.
I'll go and huddle in the corner over there with the penguins.
Huddle on your own. Yeah.
So Dasher walks off and goes, oh, sorry. And just huddles. He starts huddling. Well, what do you say? I don't know. Huddling. Is this a huddle? Is it one person? I don't know. So he's just in the corner. All right. So carry on with your huddle. Blitzen is sort of still.
Yeah. If this is a democracy, I vote Tal.
Ondo agrees. No business with the elves, us.
All right. So I guess you've spoken. And Ziggy's like, yeah, I don't feel safe with those beautiful people. He just stares at Blitzen and goes, but on the other hand, I'm going to Sean Connery. Apparently that's when he gets turned on. Sean Connery appears. I don't know. This is a fucking mess, folks. There's too many characters. All right, so he goes, yeah, the Fräulein is becoming but bewitching. I think she is trying to turn my human soul into something of a subservient. He just starts going. He just starts drooling a little bit because Blitzen walks past with a body on his shoulder, just dumps the body in the sled. He goes, yeah, we should go to Maison Tal. This would be good. And Vixen comes back at this point.
So I'm going to turn around to the elves though and go, I'm really sorry, but my idiot friends have decided to go to this other place, which sounds really boring. But I will come to your woods. I'd love to come visit you in your woods at some point, if I may.
She goes, fine. Myself and Vixen, we will head to the northwest and leave you all. We'll carry the body of my brother. But come and find us, soon. I feel that our fates are intertwined, my child. And she hands you this little leaf. And in her hand, she has this small leaf. but the leaf is not like a real leaf. It's made of some kind of, it's like metal material, almost like kind of like strong, you know, like kind of like malleable, bronzy stuff you get. You know what I mean? It's like that. And she just no, but it's not bronze. It's something else. It's like, it's lighter than bronze. And she just hands it to you, and it's in your hand. And you don't know what it means or how to find it. And with that, they sort of lift the body onto this like kind of like one of those sleds that people can make that can go across terrain and stuff. And they start literally carrying the body out. He goes, "Good luck, and may our fates meet again at some point." And she just sort of nods, and her and Vixen sort of look left and right and stroll out purposefully across towards...
Oh, they know the Green Cross code. That's good.
They do. They do. They're really good at it as well. Because you know why? You know why? Crossing the road without looking, Tom, it's not cool.
Goblins could get them.
Goblins can get them, yeah. So they sort of like, they walk off with purpose, leaving you there. Yes, you're heading to La Maison Town. Okay. I'm going to put a break in the play right now because I feel that we should really pick this up at the next one. Which means, finally, it's experience time. How many sessions?
Are you going to award the experience now, and we're going to take the upgrades next time?
I think so, right? I think it's a good idea to hit that, and then y'all can talk about what you want to do with that at the top of the next session.
Yeah.
So let's see. It's been 8 chapters of infuriating tutorial mission. This is the 9th. This is the 9th chapter, man.
Wow, we're doing great.
Don't you fuckers ever watch the show? Just to get the views up. I mean, that alone.
Oh, okay.
I just got
I
keep
in the background.
I keep an eye on what the community are up to on Twitch. That's about it.
There's a
Really.
big no from everybody. All right.
Have
So
you
so
seen
you
that
get
Discord? How
feedback.
much I have to look at?
this is the 9th chapter, folks. Just I don't know why I should be telling you that, but because I don't know, so infuriating. Okay, so 9th chapter. You've tackled ogres. You've rescued ferrets from damsels and ferrets in distress.
And penguins.
Made me. I think you made me do it. I don't think I had any choice about this. You made me have war penguins in this thing.
Nile ain't just a river in Africa, Neil. This is your therapy session.
All right, so I'm going to give you. Let's see. So for role playing, for kicking ass, taking names, falling over when appropriate, and losing fate points in a hysterical manner, I'm going to award the whole party each 300 experience points, which is enough to take 3 advancements, or learn a skill that you could naturally learn, or swap a skill, which we'll do narratively, or maybe even change your career, depending on where you're at. So, so next time, so have a think over the break. There's going to be like 2 weeks, I think, till the next Vagabond Chronicles.
Yeah.
So have a deep think about spells or magic, all that kind of stuff that you're going to take, and we can have a chat with it next time.
We'll be back on the 20th.
The 20th. Wow, seems a long way.
Word.
So, thanks very much. We're going to hold it here. No real cliffhanger, folks. More like a... like the end of a balloon.
Natural segue.
Like when the balloon finally loses its air content. So we're rounding up the show. So
For now, there will be more.
There will be more. So Vixen and Blitzen haven't left yet, because I want to give chance of Steve to play the pubescent 17-year-old to its fullest. But they are planning to leave tomorrow morning, is the thing. So that's where we're at, folks. Prancer has died. Very big. That was a real pathos moment between Blitzen and Tom. I like that. That was nice. Prancer's died. Dasher apparently is a racist. And our 4 heroes are as clueless as they were 9 chapters ago. So cool. Beautiful. Looking good. But at least they have war penguins now. Thanks, folks, for tuning in. Thank you very much for everybody's interest as always. Don't forget, we do like suggestions and art. Vandor, I now have to somehow shoehorn into this fucking game.
I mean, we could have called the singing goblin Vandor and got rid of him that way, but
maybe
he's Frankie, and he is much loved.
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it is, man. Maybe that is Vandor. We don't know. You don't know.
in the end, isn't Vandor everybody?
Oh, God. Shut
Yeah.
it, writer.
I don't know if you've been in this cave for 2 days and none of you have decided to go into the cave system at all. Like, it was just like,
After
no,
the
nope.
Neil, in fairness, after the shit we've seen, are we really going to go?
Yeah,
into
we've
a
had a
cave?
really, really, really rough time over the last. We would
Hey,
just
this
like
looks
to-
dangerous. Piss off.
I mean, seriously, you've not given us a breather,
Don't
so
you want to come into the cave?
we're a little bit.
There might be a pot of gold in there for you, buddy.
Yeah,
All right, you know what? I'm going to throw you a bone. I'm going to throw everybody a bone. Vixen and Blitzen haven't actually left. They are talking about leaving. All right, so there's your pot of gold to stay in the fucking cave 1 more hour while we get Steve for next time. Okay, so that's where everybody's at. You're not going into this enticing, mysterious, possibly full of wonder. Maybe it's called the Cave of Wonders. You don't know. But let's find out next time if you take the bait. Did I say bait? Let's see what happens next time, folks. Yeah, thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. And thank
I'm
you.
going to say thank you as ever to Yogo.
Yep.
Oh yes, of course.
Thank you, Yogo. We didn't say hi at the top. Sorry, Yogo. We were hysterically falling out of all kind of proportions. So
You
my
were basically
apologies.
busy with your pizza.
I
Let's
didn't say hi to them. I'm sorry about that. But hello, Yogo. Thank you very much for being with us as always. And the amazing Yogo. How about a round of applause to the amazing Yogo? Very good. How about a slow clap for our players for making such terrible, terrible choices?
Wait, who's clapping?
Who's we ourselves?
I don't know. That was just a bit.
That's a rough.
was
That's
a
a
rough
rough
one.
way to end an episode.
That was rough.
Ourselves.
That was pretty rough. So anyway, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. The 3 people that are still here, as always. Much love to everybody.
There's more than 3. They
There's
are
more
all
than 3, all right.
amazing, and
All right, cool.
they are
Yeah, thank you for everyone.
40 odd
who
people still
listened.
listening
Oh,
to
nice.
our
Okay,
madness.
It's awesome.
Thank-
We're so pleased when you listen. So thank you for that.
Thanks, everyone.
And stay well, stay tuned into something else, I guess, for 2 weeks until we come back.
Don't forget, Vagabond Cron is the Twitter, and Vagabond underscore Chronic is the new Instagram, and we're going to be updating them both and putting in all the fan art into the Instagram slowly but surely. It's going to take a while because there is a lot of it, but we're going to try and cover all of it. So yeah, stay with us, follow those sites. Thank you.
And
The Discord links will be on the chat or on the Twitter and Instagram handles as well. They'll be
Yeah.
associated with them.
thank you for buying me time to save the game. On that note, does somebody want to do the honors?
Yeah.
Woohoo! Into infinity, no! Frankie, your voice was too beautiful to live. I think it was great. It was such a missed opportunity. You know what? Fuck it. We all know that Goblin's coming back. He ain't dead.
Oh,
Yep.
Not
I hope so.
yet, buddies. All right. So, thanks very much.
with a backing crew.
With a
If
backing
he comes
crew.
back, we're only going to squash
I
him.
did mention the Beatles, but goblins. I thought that was a lovely touch.
All right, let's take that under consideration. Anyway, folks, thanks for tuning in and see you next time
Thank you,
around the
everyone.
table. Bye.
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 Bye.